I've been around long enough, baby, that I'm learning to see. I made deals with the devil, now I'm changing my ways. I just can't be more sorry for the yesterday. But I got this feeling from high above that I'm receiving your secondhand love. Just like a crack sale drinking an afterthought in this wicked web that we weave that we call our love. I was too blind to notice, but you're tough to leave. I just wanna make it go with you, baby, yeah, you and me. I know that you love me, but it's not the same. Just both of us getting tired of this fairy tale game. So I'm not your fairy tale, or I'm not your dream. I'm not what you thought you'd get, I'm not what it seemed. Hand me down, baby, like a little thrift store. I'm not new, not shiny, you've seen me before. Well, I got this feeling from high above that I'm receiving your secondhand
JohnnyAndBlondie.com. It's Low Expectations Monday morning. Good morning, Blondie. Good morning, Josh Shera.
Good morning, everybody. That was Jeff Yance, who will be in here with us this morning. Secondhand Love. I love him. He's an awesome guy.
Tell us about Jeff. Josh is we are here on a quest on this show to bring you all original artists and original songs. Mm-hmm. Some of them recorded and some will be in studio. Jeff will be in studio with us a little bit later on this morning. Tell us about Jeff.
Jeff has an EP coming up. It's called Face for Radio, which seems
so he named it after us.
Yeah. And then also he's got a bunch of shows coming up at the Governor's Quarters coming up. And Jeff will talk more about that coming up around 7:50-ish.
All righty.
Good.
Today, if you're in Michigan, of course, depending on where you are, there are slick conditions in a lot of the area, and it's deceptively slippery out there, so much so that here in Bay County, where our studios are physically located, they've closed most of the schools. You'll have to double-check your school before going in this morning, Blondie, but the roads are kind of slick.
Yeah, I came down my road and hit M15 and slid all the way across it. I'm
You're
like,
lucky there wasn't a
my
semi
God,
coming.
no kidding.
Yeah, it is.
And they are out salting already, but just so you know, it is slick willy out there this morning.
Yeah, you can't tell just by looking at them. The roads look fine, and of course, it's been melting all weekend, so there's not a lot of snow or anything, but there apparently is a light coating on the roads, and the temperature right there at road level is right at even freezing. We're about 32 degrees through most of the area here, give or take. And there is no real bad forecast, though, is there? I mean, things are looking pretty good today.
Yeah, sunshine and cloud mixture, high of 40 for today. Mainly cloudy tonight with light. It says light wings.
Yes, light wings.
She made fun of me so much the other day for putting after, and then she wrote light wings. Light winds low around 29. Cloudy early, becoming windy Tuesday rather. Rain developing later in the day. Some sleet. Yeah, well, Tuesday sounds awful. High in the upper 30s.
Yeah.
And Wednesday, mix of sun and clouds, mainly cloudy in the afternoon. Flurries, snow showers possible, high near 40. 32 in Saginaw and 32 in Bay City.
Really not that bad for January when you think about it.
Well, it's February, but yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's right. It is February 1st today.
Yeah, tomorrow is
what does
Groundhog
this month
Day.
bring? Okay.
Yeah. What does the month bring?
Yeah.
A lot of things. Well, for one, it's the second month of the year in the Gregorian calendar with 28 days in regular years, but this is a leap year.
Oh,
we're gonna-
happy birthday to some people.
February 29 days this year. 3 times in history a February 30th occurred. Did you know that?
No.
Yeah, it mostly was a fight over the calendar back in the day when they were trying to decide what the calendar was going to be universally around the world. But January and February were the last 2 months to be added to the calendar. The Romans originally considered winter a monthless period. It was just winter. So you would go from, I believe, December to winter to March.
Okay.
So that's how that worked. Only now they've added January and February to it. February named for the Roman god Phoebus, the god of purification. And in February, the sun passes through zodiac constellations Capricornus and Aquarius.
All right.
Something sound dirty to you about
It does,
Capricornus?
a little
Doesn't
bit.
Capricornus sound dirty? I don't know why it sounds dirty. It just sounds dirty. In common years, February begins on the same day of the week as March and November because there's 28 days in the month. The signs in leap years, though, February begins on the same day of the week as August. The signs of the zodiac within the month of February are Aquarius and Pisces, and today is Baked Alaska Day.
I've never had baked Alaska.
You know what it is?
It's like meringue on ice cream, isn't it?
It
Something
is.
like that?
It is. It's a sponge cake on the bottom. You flatten some sponge cake, then you fill it up with ice cream, and you cover it with meringue, and you bake it for a while. The meringue keeps the ice cream from melting, and then gives you that hot, cold treat.
See, I'm not a fan of ice cream or meringue, so I'm going to pass on that. No.
You don't like ice cream?
Not really, no.
There's something wrong with her.
Never really cared for it.
How about candy?
Well, it depends what kind of candy.
Well, today's
Okay.
decorating with Candy Day.
I like licorice. Does that count?
You can't decorate with licorice. I guess you can, but
It's not.
Ever since I've had gastric bypass, I've trained myself not to like things or just get it out of my mind. So.
But just wait for Sausage Gravy Day.
Oh, I'm all about the sausage gravy. Oh, yeah, baby.
Today is also Dump Your Significant Jerk Day today.
Well, see you, Johnny.
oh,
I'm kidding.
Man, it's only been a week.
I couldn't.
All right, this month is Blondie and I like to go over the month at the beginning of the show when it's a brand new month, and it's Celebration of Chocolate Month. I'm thinking we get a couple of bikini-clad women, put a Hershey bar in their stomachs, and one that melts the most during the show wins. What are you all for that, Josh? Good, of course you are.
I love chocolate-covered bikini women.
Yeah, okay, so we'll work on that for some sort of a promotion this month. February is Fabulous Florida Strawberry Month. We've got friends of ours down in Florida right now. If they're listening to us, bring us some strawberries back.
I'd be good with that.
National Bird Feeding Month, National Care About Your Indoor Air Month.
What is that?
What?
Care about your indoor air?
Care About Your Indoor Air Month. So stop eating beans, Josh.
That's not going to happen.
It is African
I love a
American.
good bean.
It's African American History, Black History Month, observation of African Americans' achievements and contributions throughout history. National Cherry Month.
All right. Well, I'm not going to say it.
There's one that you have no right to celebrate.
All right.
National Children's Dental.
Hey!
It's still early. The kids aren't awake.
I
They
had to
wouldn't get
pop
it anyway.
you in the mouth.
National Children's Dental Health Month. National Get to Know an Independent Real Estate Broker Month.
That's you, Josh.
Not quite.
Are you an independent?
He flips houses.
You would be a good real estate salesperson.
I don't think so.
But for the cigarette part, you don't have the cigarettes down. But
I got a nice house for you.
we always talk about these real estate ladies that talk like this. You know, hey, Johnny, I got a great house over for you on 4th over there.
Yeah.
It's true, though.
Yeah, but anyway, no, you would actually, I think you'd be very good at real estate.
I had somebody trying to talk me into selling cars the other day. I'm like, I'm not going to be a good salesperson.
Yes, you don't.
I don't take rejection well. I just don't.
The whole point is, though, is you don't have to sell the car.
You don't.
You don't have to sell the car. You
I
just
should
have to
know
sell them on the
something
idea.
about a car.
No,
Yeah.
you really don't have to.
I know nothing about cars.
Well,
except,
you will
there's
learn.
a pretty one.
Most good car dealers will teach you.
Right.
But the home sales, I see you more in real estate sales because I just see you as somebody that would
I
enjoy
could do that more, yeah.
enjoy doing that.
Yeah.
And I think you'd be awesome at real estate sales. And I think you'd make a ton of money in real estate. You ought to consider it.
I don't know. know.
Let's see. What else is today? National Mend a Broken Heart Month. National Parent Leadership Month. Pet Dental Health Month. National
that.
Hot Breakfast Month.
I like
Ooh, hot
that. Reminds
breakfast.
me. I'll be right back.
Laugh. Blondie apparently brought us breakfast. Laugh Friendly Month. How much you put to bed in sausage gravy, by
She
the way?
either has to go get breakfast or like brush her dog's teeth, whichever one.
Wedding season kicks into high gear, so they call this National Weddings Month. Of course, the wedding season kicks in high gear. That's when they start doing the bridal shows and stuff. The weddings are usually May through September, but that's when you'll have most of them. Spunky, I'll wait on this one until she comes back. Spiritual Teachers Month, Relationship Wellness Month, Return shopping carts to the supermarket month, you homeless farts. Get those shopping carts back to the supermarket.
Yeah, so it takes you 3 seconds to walk it over to the corral. Stop doing that, you jerk.
And today is Spunky Old Broads Month. So we're going to celebrate
That's
spunky
my
old
day.
broads
Woo!
today. Blondie being the president of that club, by the way. She's the spunkiest old broad of all. Oh, you brought us some Tim Hortons goodies today.
I did.
And they're not even sponsoring the show
They're
yet.
not.
We'll have to work on that.
Funky Old Broad Month.
I like it.
It is.
Well, I got fired because I'm too old, so I'm just going to spunk it up.
You're a spunky old broad.
Spunky old broad.
Spunk them. What do they know anyway?
Spunk you.
All right, got a letter from our friend Jan Biederstad. He's a.
How's he doing?
We'll bring Josh up. There's a Josh.
How is Jan, by the way?
Well,
Jan
let's
is-
tell Josh and everybody who's just new to the show who Jan is.
Jan, first of all, by the way, welcome to the JohnnyAndBlondie.com show. That's the easiest way to hear our streaming audio. You can also get it on your smartphone on a TuneIn app where that's straight audio. You can hook up with Bluetooth to your car speakers. But if
He's
you'd like
Johnny,
to,
I'm Blondie, and this is our producer, Josh.
if you'd like to watch us, you can do
Skippy
so
has the flu.
in 3 different places.
Yes.
You can download a Periscope app to your smartphone, or you can go to the websites, our Facebook website, facebook.com website, look for Johnny and Blondie Live, or you can go to YouTube and look for Johnny and Blondie Live, where we're trying something new. The YouTube version today might be almost the best in a lot of ways because it has we have a line level audio being fed to YouTube right now, so you're hearing us through the microphones and through the board, and you'll hear the music through the board. It'll be a lot better experience, I think, on YouTube today. We're working on that on all of our technologies. Meanwhile, though, our friend Jan Biederstad, I'll bring you up to speed here, Josh, and anybody else who's new to the broadcast.
He has a great name.
He sits on the knee of God himself.
Jan is Jan's an amazing guy.
He is amazing.
I live my spiritual life vicariously through people who are far more spiritual than I am.
Yep.
And Jan Biederstadt is one of those. He is a missionary from this area who I believe is a Methodist minister by trade, but has done a lot of Catholic teaching over in India over the years. First of all, in Bangladesh, where he was running the ALO Catholic schools there for a while. He's probably watching us, by the way. Watch your Periscope notes. See if he's on there with us this morning. He just downloaded Periscope over the weekend so he could catch our broadcasts. He no longer runs the ALO Catholic schools over there, but he has a mission in Nepal. Nepal is a little country surrounded by India and China to the north, and it is kind of landlocked. And they're currently in a situation in Nepal where they've got an unofficial blockade going on, and they're not getting any food in there. They're not getting any clean water in there. They're not getting any gasoline, especially, is a problem for their vehicles over there in Nepal. Jan Biederstadt is this guy. He's a fairly large guy, but he walks everywhere throughout Nepal, up and down those mountains. And of course, that's where they had those earthquakes. And he's been very instrumental in helping the people who have
I'm scared
lost
for him.
He's in a weird part of the world where, fortunately, so far for him, the Muslim extremism has not been an issue yet, but it is rising.
ISIS has moved in, yep.
So he's been a very, very close friend of ours. We have, over the years, raised money for his mission. We have also, over the years, supported him in other ways. The girls over there love Barbie dolls, and they like to make clothes for them. So Blondie and I had a Barbie doll drive one year. How many did we get?
Oh, there were hundreds.
It might have been 1,000
Yeah,
even that we sent over to
yeah.
these girls over there. So Jan has written us a note. He's hopefully watching us on Periscope this morning. He said, Romans 8:28 tells us that all things work for the glory of God. It's a difficult passage to understand when you're up to your rear in alligators while trying the swamp. I believe that's what happened to you and Blondie at WHNN. But it may prove to be a blessing in the long run.
I believe he's right.
Right now, it no doubt hurts. You were there, 26 years? It's 25. He thinks, apparently I look like I've been there 26 years. Anyway, he says, I loved down from the UP. I moved down, I think. Typo. I moved down from the UP in 1991, and your program's been a part of our lives for a quarter century.
Wow.
I'm sorry it's taken me so long. Wait a minute. Hold on a second.
Oh, no. Is there bad news?
No. Barb sent me a link for MLive, and I saw you're doing a show on Periscope. How does that work? I remember you guys talking about Hal Moss using it. What time are you on, and how do I get it? I'd like to tune in. These days have been cold here in Nepal. India's embargo still continues. They're allowing more vehicles to cross the border, but are now charging those vehicles a special quote-unquote tax to enter Nepal.
Oh, really?
The main port of entry between the countries of Burgunj is still closed. The Madesi protesters have left now that India has quit feeding them. You must remember, I love this, when you see protesters in the third world, they're being paid some token amount, like a day's wages plus food. The poor are exploited this way as the leaders of these groups use food as a way of bringing people in line. While there are sometimes spontaneous protests, most of those are rather rare. So I wrote back to him, would they accept you and I as protesters? Maybe that's a job for us.
There we go.
We could go back. We could go out to Nepal and be protesting and get paid for it. He says he ran out of cooking gas yesterday. Power's cut now 14 hours a day, but we endure. So they only get power for 10 hours a day. Praying for you. Let me know how you're doing. Blessings, Jan. Well, Jan, thank you so very much. Thanks for the prayers, especially.
He's
for those
really devoted.
Really. And for those of you, throughout the year, every once in a while, we'll bring this up and we'll give you some ways to contribute to Jan's ministry because he is a very special part of our lives, and he's doing God's work over there. It's so easy for us. We can just throw him money. He can do all the...
I'd be too scared to go over there.
Yeah.
He's an interesting guy. He's been back and forth. And he'll be back again here in the next couple of... We'll have him on the show sometime.
People who do that stuff, though, are not afraid of anything. I mean, honestly, they just have a mission, and that's all
because
that they care about.
know that God is on their side. No matter what happens, God will not leave them. So,
well, yeah, exactly. And even if the worst happens.
That's right.
Even if the worst happens, they're fine with that. It's 6:47. We check...
Say good morning to my family. Shannon, Sarah, Jeff, Trina... Noah, Luke, Sarah. Oh, my gosh. My whole family's following me.
All right, weather guy.
Better be
It's
on my
time to
best
check
behavior.
the weather. He's walked away.
Well, today is February 1st. You're going to see sunshine and a cloud mixture, high of 40. Mainly cloudy tonight with light winds, low around 29. Tuesday, cloudy early, becoming windy with rain developing later in the day. Some sleet may be in the forecast for you as well, so be watching that. High in the upper 30s. And for Wednesday, a mix of sun and clouds, then mainly cloudy in the afternoon. A few flurries or snows are possible. A high near 40.
Still sitting at 32 in Bay City, 32 in Saginaw as well.
You're listening to Johnny Burke and Blondie on JohnnyAndBlondie.com with video streams on Periscope, YouTube, and Facebook.
Yes, indeed. It is 6:48 here now with Johnny and Blondie at JohnnyAndBlondie.com.
Good morning to everybody giving us good mornings.
We have today a very special day. We're welcoming back to the show. I said we're getting the band back together.
We're back, man.
Slowly but surely. And James St. James starts to join us this morning. 7:25, like he did on our terrestrial radio broadcast. You know, the old corporate crap that we used to have to do before we got into this.
We're not beholden to them anymore.
Before we started this trailblazing, albeit very poor existence that we have going right now.
We're getting there. Baby steps. We just made a big batch of lemonade is what we did.
We did, and James St. James will be joining us at 7:25 on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays here with all the Hollywood gossip. He's we'll give you the bigger intro when he's with us at 7:25, but he's formerly from the area and well known around here, and now plies his trade out in Hollywood where he hides under all kinds of boulders and rocks and bushes to get all the gossip outside of Eva Longoria's house or wherever he happens to be.
Good stuff. The Screen Actors Guild Awards were last night, so I'm sure he's got some gossip for us. And speaking of the band back together, Maria Shaw wants to come back on board with us as well.
We'll see what we can do about that. We also have tomorrow a very interesting interview that I think you guys are going to enjoy. I hooked up with my old friend Dr. Sock. As he's called. Dr. Sock.
That's his name?
Jeffrey Sockren is his name.
Oh.
Jeff Sockren was, for a long time, a stockbroker in, I think it was Connecticut. He gave all that up to do morning radio in St. Martin in the Caribbean. He'd never done radio in his life, and this is a guy who's been trying to get me to come to work for him down there in St. Martin for some time since I visited him one time. I just stopped into his studio one morning. I think what had happened was I had met a tour guide down there, Anki. She was from the Netherlands, and she said, "I've got this good
Anki?
friend. You've got Anki.
Dr.
Anki
Sock
and
and
Dr. Sock. That's a morning show.
And yeah, Anki, when she found out I was in radio, said, "You got to meet Dr. Sock. He's kind of the big deal around here on Island 92 Radio." So I met Dr. Sock. I stopped in, and he's been trying to get me to come to work there for him.
Oh, yeah, I remember this.
It's kind of a one-man operation. He's got a couple other people working there, but he does everything. I mean, he does the sales, he does the billing, he does the general manager, the programming. He does everything, and he's looking for some help, so he'd love me to come to work there. But he is living the dream. I mean, when you hear people say that sarcastically, he's really doing it. Every morning he gets up in St. Martin, goes up to his studio, looks out across the bay and in the Caribbean, and does his show. Now, there is a dark side to all this. St. Martin's gets nailed with hurricanes, and it's a very tiny island. It's about the size of this building. So he runs into some pretty hairy situations from time to time. He has reached out to us. He wants us to bring the show down there.
Well, let's go.
And he wants us to come down, and we will do that at some point. Probably, we'll probably take the show on the road and go to places like St. Martin and broadcast from there. Maybe we could do a Periscope from the Orient Beach down there, which is a nude beach.
I can't get the Wi-Fi. I can't get Periscope to work right in downtown Bay City. It's not working in St. Martin.
No, they have pretty good Wi-Fi and Bluetooth there. Anyway, Dr. Sock's going to be on with us.
Advertising money's coming in. We'll be able to afford something.
Right.
Tomorrow morning at 7 a.m., Dr. Sock will be joining us live from his show onto our show. And you've got a sister down in St. Martin tomorrow, so she can listen to it on Island 92 down there.
Where she went?
I have interesting statistics for you. I just got this from the stream service that we purchased to be able to be on JohnnyAndBlondie.com.
All right.
We were on the air for 5 days, right? Monday through Friday.
Right.
Yeah.
And our show's, 3 hours long?
Yeah, 2.5, really.
So
yeah.
2.5. So let's just say we were on the air total for 13 hours.
Right.
Total time spent listening on the air last week was 2,177 hours.
Wow.
Which equals 3 months, 17 hours, and 1 minute that people spent listening to this show.
Thank you guys.
Now, that's the message we're going to have to continuously repeat, and you have to bear with us. What we're trying to do here is something nobody else is doing. You're trying to make a viable alternative to corporate broadcasting and radio for you. It is becoming more and more seamless for you to hook this up into your car, but it's admittedly a little more work right now. It's not the easiest thing. So
We're
people,
at the ground floor.
the 13,000 or so followers that we have already, you guys have gone through the extra effort to be a part of this, and you cannot imagine how much we appreciate that, because that has allowed us to start to tell a story to supporters who want to support this show so that they can get something out of it if they pay for a little bit of a plug. It's like plug-ola, if you will.
And believe me, we're cheap.
So we are
affordable.
We're starting to get some interest in
Is that
people
the word?
advertising.
Oh, okay.
But there are two things that are necessary for this to work. One, you must support our advertisers, our supporters, as we're calling them. They're not advertisers because they're more supporters right now. Yeah. We don't even know if the advertising is going to work for them. The only way it'll work is if you listen to it and act on it. And we've got a big event coming up this Thursday night. It's going to be the first proof of whether or not we are effective, and that's going to be from 5 till 7 after work at Vino Wine Warehouse. Everybody's been asking for a get-together with Johnny and Blondie since we got ousted, so this is your chance to join us. We're going to have dollar tapas, wine sampling, and more at Vino Wine Warehouse on Midland Street in Bay City, Michigan.
On what day is that again?
Thursday. This Thursday
night.
from 5 till 7. So come on out for that. On top of that,
we're going to be out tonight, too. You want to mention that. So if they want to come meet us tonight as well in Frankenmuth.
Oh, yeah. Well, okay, that's, we'll get to that here in a minute. What's going on tonight? You're going to give me those tickets, right?
Yeah, I have.
Okay. What's going on tonight we want you guys to go to is Blondie and I are going to be there at the Mardi Gras. It's a Mardi Gras hot food competition at Zender's in Frankenmuth, okay? So we're going out there tonight. This is not really going to be a test of our draw ability because it's not about us. This is something else separate.
Yeah, but if you want to come out and see us, we'll be out.
Well, that place will be, we'll be in there. You can say hi. That place will be jamming tonight. Starts at 6 o'clock. It's open to the public. I actually get to go in there before that and taste it when there's not a crazy crowd because I'm going to be one of the judges there at 4.
Open the door. I'm coming in.
Maybe I can sneak in a little early. Well, they really don't start serving to you guys till later, unfortunately. But then the other thing tonight, or rather Thursday night, 5 till 7 at Vino Wine Warehouse on Midland Street. That's where we really, really need your support. That and with the advertising that you hear us talk about on the air, if you could support the advertisers, the supporters of the show, that'd be great. And then the second thing we need you to do is share this. We need you to share our Facebook broadcast, our YouTube broadcast, our Periscope broadcast. We need you to tell people on your Facebook page where they can find Johnny and Blondie. We need you to be a spokesman for the show. When you're out at work today, tell them I'm listening to Johnny and Blondie on JohnnyAndBlondie.com, or I'm watching them on Periscope. Let everybody know that we're on the air here, because a lot of people don't know. I'm getting a lot of emails. What happened to you guys? Where can I hear you? Can I hear you on radio? So please pass the word around. We need to grow that 13,000 number to 30,000, and then we need to make sure that our advertisers get your love too. So please help us out here and make this a viable way to do broadcasting, minus the corporations. Down with the man. Power to the people, baby. Right on. Iowa caucuses today, speaking of power to the people.
That's right.
Are you going to go out to Des Moines and vote?
I'm not even turning the TV on.
Headed there after the show.
Yeah.
These are oddball things, these caucuses. Have you guys been reading up on how this works?
No, I really don't.
So, like, say Blondie might be somebody whose house might be the place where everybody comes out tonight to caucus.
Right.
And you go in there caucusing for your favorite your candidates, and you discuss it, basically. So what it is Blondie and her neighbors. So the thinking behind this is that neighbors get together, discuss the candidacy of different people.
Right.
People fill each other in with different facts about those people, and then they vote. And then what happens is you have to have at least 15%, I think, of the vote within that caucus.
Okay.
Or I don't know if this is caucused across the state this way, or if it's within each caucus building, or each caucus meeting. If you don't get to 15% of the vote, say somebody like Mike O'Malley on the Democrat side gets 3% or 4% of the vote at the caucus, they can't let that stand. They then say to the people who just voted for Mike O'Malley, you have to switch your votes.
Oh, really?
Because we didn't reach 15%. So now switch your vote to my candidate, or somebody else over here switch your vote to my candidate. And then they try and...
This is so confusing.
So it's a different way of doing it, but I kind of like it. I see this as a drawback in that they got a couple 100,000 people will caucus in a state with millions of people. So it's so much work that a lot of people just forego the whole process. Yeah. But it is kind of an interesting way to do it. It gets you talking about the candidates. So you don't have these people showing up at the polls who have no clue and just pressing, A on each.
I wish you could still do that, even like in the regular polls. Like when somebody walks in behind you, they go, "Who you voting for?" No, you got to switch that.
Yeah.
You're voting for who?
Yeah, you're not voting for him. Mm-mm.
So it's funny because we're not for this in some football games. We probably would never even hear the word Iowa, because what else are they good for, really?
Corn.
Corn is about it, yeah. And ethanol. All right, Orange County inmates have been captured, and a woman was involved. Remember I said these guys that escaped as daring?
Oh, he loves this.
Escape. I love these escapes.
A woman was involved.
Well, no, there always is, because what happened to the last one? Remember there was the woman who helped them escape the last time? She was I think she was a librarian or something at the prison. Those last two guys.
Yeah.
Okay, and she was fooling around with them in a locker, in a closet somewhere there in the prison.
She actually worked in the prison, didn't she?
She worked in the prison. Yeah. Well, this time around, those 3 Orange County inmates that got out and then disappeared in the van, apparently another woman was involved that helped them escape. Ooh. If these guys had written books on how to get ordinary women to do pretty much anything, they wouldn't be in prison. They'd be rich. These guys, they would never have to involve themselves in a life of crime. They'd be making $1 million a year in book royalties. Forget cancer and AIDS. What we need is a way to fix women so they stop falling in love with convicted felons. You find this all the time.
I'm speaking for most of us women, we love bad boys. I'm not into convicts or anything like that, like those bad boys, but we just like a bad, rugged boy.
Do you know why I like convicts?
Why?
They work really cheap.
They do, yeah.
Trust me, they work great.
So how many convicts you got working for you, Josh?
3, actually. It's a wonderful thing.
All righty. Hey, it's Lisa Marie Presley's birthday today. She is 48
Happy birthday.
years old. 48 years old today, Lisa Marie Presley is.
You might want to mention the roads again. School closings.
Yeah, we're going to get to that. We'll get to the forecast here in about a minute. We'll have all of that information for you. Anyway, Ray Sawyer is 79. Dr. Hook is the singer from Dr. Hook. He's 79.
Cover the Rolling Stones guy?
Yeah.
Yes.
He's 79 years old today. Don Everly, the singer, is 79 as well. Garrett Morris, the comedian and singer, is also 79 today. He's on Two Broke Girls now. He plays the the cashier up front.
It's amazing that show is still on the air.
It's not very good.
You know
It's
what?
terrible.
Hal likes that show, and I'm like, I don't get it. It's not funny.
I'm all about wiener jokes, right?
Yeah.
I think they're hilarious. They
Yeah.
do one every 3 seconds, and it's
Yeah. It's
not
awful.
funny.
No,
And
it's
that's all it is, too. By the way, is wiener jokes. I mean, they just read them. It's not even delivered properly.
and
They're
the
yelling.
canned laughter is so annoying to me.
All right, local birthdays include our listener Rose Sacalo Powell, Janice Hackney, used to sell radio. I don't know what she's doing these days, and Jill Rutkowski, who also used to sell radio at our station, if you remember back when.
I do.
They all have
Well,
birthdays
happy
today.
birthday, everybody.
They join Billy Mummy, who is 62 today. You remember who he is?
Billy.
The Corn. Oh, he was in Twilight Zones, and was he on? Oh God, what was the name of that show? Space.
Well, he was in Lost in Space. I
Lost
don't
in
remember,
Space.
and he was on Babylon 5
Oh,
later
he
on.
was
but-
in a lot of episodes of
I
the
didn't-
Twilight Zone.
Wow. Well, Billy Mummy is 62 years old today.
Yeah. Wow. Little redhead.
Yeah, the little redheaded boy on Lost in Space. Princess Stephanie of Monaco is 51 today. Sherilyn Fenn is 51. Lisa Marie Presley's 48. Pauly Shore, whatever happened to him, is also 48. Michael C. Hall, 45. Lauren Conrad's 30. Harry Styles. This man's lived 7 lives already. He's only 22 years old today. Harry Styles has been around. How long have we been talking about Harry Styles? And he's 22.
Mm-hmm.
Harry Styles, he's adorable. He's from One Direction. Isn't he?
Not really.
Actually.
I don't think he's cute at all.
The women are crazy about him, aren't
because
they?
he's a rock star. Other than that, he wouldn't get a second
true.
look anywhere else.
All you have to do is play 3 chords on the
Yeah.
guitar and own a small van, and people just love you.
Yeah, it's true. The other one that they loved forever was Clark Gable, who died at the age of 59, but he was born on this date. He won his screen test wearing a loincloth and a rose behind his ear. The name of the movie was Ben Him.
Weird enough, that's how I got this spot on the show, actually.
Rick James' birthday today. Sherman Hemsley's birthday. They're no longer with us, though. Let's see. It's 7:01. Let's check the weather forecast now. And like Blondie was alluding to, we have slick road conditions throughout the mid-Michigan area today. You flew right through the intersection, right?
I slid right through M15. Yep.
M15 and where she lives.
138. Yep.
138. And you don't know it. You don't know it's
No.
slick out there until you hit the brakes or go to make a turn or go to pull out because the roads are deceptively slippery this morning.
There
So
are a lot of school closings here in Bay County, so I don't know if it's just limited to Bay County, but they're bad. The salt trucks are out, though.
well, I drive up from Saginaw County, so no, it's not limited to just Bay County. And I'm trying to figure out why Bay County's closing their schools and Saginaw County isn't. But they, for whatever reason, they have decided a lot of Bay County schools are closed today.
Which is why my son will be here in about an hour and a half.
Oh, we got a babysit
We're gonna
today,
have to
too?
Babysitting.
Great.
Let's check the forecast now.
Yeah, sunshine and cloud mixture for today, high of 40. Mainly cloudy with light winds tonight, low around 29. Cloudy early for Tuesday, becoming windy with rain developing later in the day. Sleet possible, high in the upper 30s. And Wednesday, a mix of sun and clouds and mainly cloudy in the afternoon. Flurries or snow showers possible, high near 40. 32 in Saginaw, 32 in Bay City still.
And we're going to play some local music for you here by Andy Reid.
Oh, I love Andy.
It's called Always on the Run with JohnnyAndBlondie.com.
I have a fun story about this afterwards,
All
too.
right.
Don't miss Johnny Burke and Blondie weekday mornings at 6:30 on Periscope.
In and say, just another day. Would you be my friend? Hello, we'll do whatever you want. Maybe take a walk outside. Yeah, we could be good friends. You bring me in, you push me out, never know which way. 'Cause you're always on the run. Yeah, you're always on the run. Yeah, you're always on the run each time. Hello, goes in one ear and out. What's this all about? I thought that we were friends. Hello, now I'm talking to myself, trying just to make you see
You walked right out the door. Wasn't what you're looking for. I thought that we were friends.
JohnnyAndBlondie.com and local music, local artists, original music, original artist Andy Reid on that one. And what was the name of it again?
Always on the Run.
It always disappears and I can't.
I think that's what it was called.
Yeah, Always on the Run. And tell me about that.
Wasn't Andy with the verb pipe at one time?
Andy was with the verb pipe. Yeah, he played bass for the verb pipe for a long time, along with Donnie Brown, who played drums. We played him on the show yesterday or Friday, rather. And Andy Reid, that Always on the Run CD, there's a track on there, and I don't remember what the track is exactly, but he owns a Reid recording studio right here in Bay City, and he had his dog downstairs, and he was kind of just like tapping on the dog, and he's like, wow, that sounds pretty cool. So he puts a microphone over to the dog as he's like tapping on the dog, and the whole drum track for the one song is him tapping on the dog, like smacking the dog. What a great, like,
That's
that
awesome.
should have been a country song. Like, I smacked my dog on that song right there.
ASPCA is on line 1 for Andy Reid.
The smacking
right
of
now.
the dog.
Smacking the dog for drum effect.
Wonderful idea.
Yeah.
He's a talent.
Andy produces a lot of the guys in the area here. Does a great job. We're going to be hearing from Andy a lot in the days and weeks and months coming. And by the way, if you are, and I noticed, by the way, in our email, a bunch for you, Josh. Josh is kind of our talent coordinator here for the morning show. And we are looking for original artists, and for as far as musicians go, original artists with their original music, both recorded and for possibly acoustic sit-ins here on the show. You can audition by sending us something at JohnnyAndBlondie@gmail.com. That's JohnnyAndBlondie @gmail.com. And we're looking for other talent too, right, Blondie?
Comedians, we're a visual now, so whatever your talent is that you think you'd like to get out there, contact us. I mean, if you're some kind of a painter with your tongue or something, you know what I mean?
Oh, notice
Wow.
Blondie brings up the painter with the tongue.
I'm just thinking out, I'm just thinking.
Like she has a job opening or something.
Whatever your talent is, let
what
us
you're
know.
thinking, yeah.
If you've got some good, yeah.
Wink, wink. Hey, Josh, what do you think?
Sorry.
You're working with two guys. Where do you think we're going to go with that?
You know, if you're a girl that can fit her fist in her mouth, sign us up. Yeah.
By the way, and God bless all of our servicemen and women.
Salute.
But if you're a sailor near the Middle East right now, you're nuts. Look at what the
they
government
don't have any
did.
choice.
These guys, Iran handed out medals the other day for the capture of those U.S. sailors that we thanked them for. Remember when John Kerry thanked them for handling them so well? Mm-hmm. Thank them. So, in other words, if you capture a U.S. sailor, your country gets billions of dollars and you get a medal. And thanks from a U.S. leader. Glad I'm not a sailor anywhere in the Middle East right now. That's all I'm saying.
My daddy was a sailor.
Yeah.
During the Cuban Missile Crisis.
They wouldn't have left him. You know, if Cuba would have grabbed him up from a boat, Cuba would be a cinder pile right now.
Right.
All righty.
Oh, what a world we live in.
The big story that you're going to be not able to get away from today, of course, is the Iowa caucuses.
I got away from it. I turned the TV off.
Well, it's going to be everywhere you look today. Trump. There's a Trump staffer, though, that is out there claiming sex discrimination now against the Donald. The media thinks this is a big deal. Apparently forgetting he's running on a not politically correct platform as it is, and most people could care less. What the media does not get about the Donald Trump presidency, we could speak volumes about here. The media is so clueless. And, for instance, by the way, not only are they clueless, but they join most of the political elite in Washington, D.C. about being clueless when it comes to the Trump and Sanders phenomenon.
Yeah.
They do not understand that Trump, in what he said the other day, is probably true. He could probably walk out on the street and shoot somebody in the face and people would still vote for him. That is because they are the alternative candidates now. They can do no wrong. And the media thinking, though, that this Trump staffer claiming sex discrimination is going to somehow unseat the Donald, they're completely out of their minds. I mean, I'm not saying that he should be doing what he's doing. My point is simple. The media doesn't get him. The media does not understand that every time they magnify this stuff that he does, he gets more voters, not less.
Yeah, no press is what is that?
Bad press is.
Yeah, no publicity is bad publicity.
Yeah.
There's no such thing as bad publicity.
I'm getting kind of nervous because he's still going up in the polls, and I'm like, I like the things he says, and I've said it before. I just don't like the way he says them. He's not presidential material.
No. And he'll change his mind. He'll change his mind with the wind.
Do you think he ever thought it was going to get to this point? Do you think he's going, oh, crap, I don't want to be the president?
I think he's surprised.
I think this is all ego-driven is what it is.
I think he is surprised at his own popularity.
I'm shocked.
But it's the right guy for the right time is what they're saying because of what's going on. Same thing why Bernie Sanders is doing so well. I don't think he's going to win either. I honestly still think in the back of my head that Trump is not going to win. I'm prepared for that him being the actual Republican candidate, but I'm still pretty sure that he's not going to do that. And by the way, I saw the picture of this one. I don't think it was sex discrimination in the first place. I think it's because the woman looked exactly like Hillary Clinton. So they got rid of her.
What was the comment? What happened?
I don't have the full story here. It's something you're going to have to look up. But there was a sex discrimination charge being made by a Trump staffer.
And it was a guy staffer, right?
Really?
It doesn't say that. It doesn't say that. I wonder.
I thought it was a guy staffer.
You may want to look it up. There may be more to this that we need to know. There's a company out called Ravian who's come out with a heated hoodie. Why didn't we think of this? It's another one of those, why didn't we think of this?
A heated hoodie?
A heated hoodie. Feels like you're in front of a fire instead of drawing fire, I guess.
Right.
Because people in hoodies, they do draw fire from time to time.
We did a roof sit a couple years ago at the top of Millars. We sat on top of the roof and raised money for the Humane Society. I woke up in the middle of the night. My morning show partner at the time had he had one of the little ceramic heaters.
Yeah.
He was laying on the ground and he had a ceramic heater inside of his sleeping bag. And he goes, I should have really invented this. That would have been
That's a great idea.
Darn it, we missed it.
That'd be
back then,
awesome
too.
for like hunters.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Yeah,
I like
we
that.
should have done it.
I think they have some stuff like that. I mean, there are certain things like that anyway, aren't there? Anyway, at Oral Roberts University now, they have announced they're planning on requiring all freshmen to wear Fitbits to help fight the freshman 15.
Oh, come on.
Freshman 15 is the 15 pounds that all freshmen will pack on usually in their freshman year from eating all the junk food that mom isn't around to tell them not to eat.
Right.
So
I started that in like third grade. Every year from there on, I just put on 15 pounds every year.
apparently they're going to track the fitness data of the school and it will affect students' grades.
Ooh.
Oh, I don't like that.
That's a little weird.
That's
That's
terrible.
not cool,
Yeah.
man.
It's not clear how much physical activity the university is expecting or requiring of students. You gain 10. You see your grades go down when you gain weight. Is what happens. In this case,
Not true.
fat people will get lower grades.
That's
Great.
not right. That's got nothing to do with your education.
In high school, I didn't fit in the chair as it was, and then I get lower grades just because you're fat. That's wonderful.
Wow.
And I'd have my roommate wear the Fitbit, and I'd go over to KFC and order a bucket.
You just put it on your leg and just shake your leg for a while. That's all you'd have to do.
Yeah. All righty. So it's Elizabeth. It's not a female, but it's a female. Elizabeth May Davison, a former Iowa field organizer, filing a sex discrimination complaint against Donald Trump on Thursday, according to the New York Times. Davison was fired, who was fired this month, complained that her male colleagues were paid more and were able to speak at campaign rallies while her requests to do so were refused. Yeah, but I haven't heard her talk yet. Maybe she's really bad at it. Davidson told the Times that she was told she was fired for breaking a non-disclosure agreement for making disparaging comments about senior campaign leaders to third parties. The Trump campaign did not return the newspaper's multiple requests for comment. So that's all we know so far.
People seem to sometimes I think some of that stuff is money hungry. They're trying to get some of the money.
Yes.
Yeah.
They're trying to get a payout from the Donald.
We're about 10 minutes away from James St. James joining us right now, though, at 7:15. We check the weather on the quarter hours for the mid-Michigan area on Michigan's Morning Show here on JohnnyAndBlondie.com. Here's Josh.
Sunshine and clouds today, high of 40. Mainly cloudy overnight with light winds, low 29. Cloudy early Tuesday, becoming windy with rain developing later in the day. Sleet possible, high in the mid to upper 30s. And a mix of sun and clouds on Wednesday, then mainly cloudy in the afternoon. Flurries or snow showers possible, high near 40. Still holding at 32 in Saginaw and Bay City.
And a reminder that a lot of the Bay County schools are closed this morning, so
Yeah, check your school.
check that out.
Make
Back
sure.
in my day.
Yeah, I don't
Let's
get
hear
it. I don't get why they're closed. We're in the W4Divas.com studios. We want to thank Deb and her gang from W4Divas.com. That's the letter W, the number 4, and the word Divas.com. And our sponsor, or I should say supporter this quarter hour, the folks at TCTmusic.com. TCT stands for Total Control of the Tracks. TCT offering professional DJ entertainment services for weddings and a lot more. They also offer uplighting and karaoke and a lot more, and they offer a 10% discount to all veterans and special rates to disabled veterans. They are a veteran-owned company, and we reach out to veteran-owned companies and offer them support for their, in turn, support to us here on our morning show. You can go to tctmusic.com and post that you heard about them on the Johnny and Blondie show, and you're going to be entered into a drawing to get half off their normal $895 wedding package. So you're going to get a wedding package, brides, for under $450.
Wow.
tctmusic.com. You better give them a call today.
I saw nobody did that yet either, by the way. So if we're talking about the supporting the advertisers, go there. Just tell them that you heard about it. Even if you're not interested in the package, winning the package, just tell them that you heard about it on the show so they know their money's being well spent.
The only way this thing's going to continue, and this is our trial run, if you will, of this, and at some point we have to decide whether we're going to continue this business. We want to do this badly, but we need your support of our supporters, and we need you to spread the word. Those two things are absolutely important to continuing this here. And 13,000 people are following us so far. We'd like to get that number up there so we can have a real story to tell. And you guys are the key to making that happen. All righty, Kung Fu Panda 3 topped the box office this weekend. We're going to find out more about that when James St. James joins us in a couple of minutes. I don't know if he's got the story about Cindy Crawford. Says she's retiring.
Oh, is she?
Yeah.
She's close to 60, I believe.
Is she?
Uh-huh.
She's really, really gorgeous.
She's gorgeous.
But you'll recall there was a picture of her released, it was last year, and reportedly showing her without being photoshopped. I don't remember how that ended up, because at one point people were saying that's not really her, then they were saying it is her, and she was saying I own it. But
she went without makeup, and she's still gorgeous.
Yeah, and but her body, she had shown her body, and her body was not in perfect shape, and there was, exactly.
Still better than ours.
I was just going to say, look, and by the way, almost 99% of the people have probably criticized her too.
Exactly.
All right. Let's see. Did you
you're
say
Cyndi Lauper? Who cares if they're body shaming you? Really?
Not Cyndi Lauper.
Is that what they said? I'm sorry. Who was it?
Crawford.
Cindy Crawford?
Oh, I was gonna say.
Do we have Skype up and ready to go? Because nobody's called us yet, and I'm hoping that James St. James, when he calls through, 989. Well, don't call now, because we're waiting on a call from James St. James in the next 8 minutes or so. You can call now, I guess, because he's not calling till 7:25. But if you want to talk to us at any time, this phone number that you see on Periscope, 989-414-1208. 989-414-1208. Remember, you can email us anytime, JohnnyAndBlondie@gmail.com. How was your weekend, Josh? What'd you do this weekend?
We had like a physical weekend, actually.
I don't like that.
Yeah, we went bowling on Saturday. If you think that you're in good shape,
oh, physical bowling.
Let me tell you though that if bowling is an awful sport, it is terrible.
I don't like to bowl.
It's awful. We had the bumpers up though, so I got over 100. That's a good thing.
Yeah,
I did. I was good at the bumpers.
So I took my grandkids out bowling also, and got them. I put up the bumpers as well, and it saved me at least once. Hello out there.
Hi, what's going on?
He hates it when
Why
you do
are you checking the phone? Are you?
Phones.
Don't do that. I'm hanging up on you.
Don't hang up on me.
I just hung up on her.
First time caller.
You had the bumpers up too then when you went?
First time caller, long time listener. I love you guys.
Did you put the bumpers up when you went then?
Yeah, because my granddaughter, she's not even 4 yet, but she will run.
I'm scared of her.
She runs up to the foul line, then stops and drops the ball right on the foul line. And
bam!
It goes so slow down to the pins. But yeah, so we had to have the bumpers up for her. So that's the lane I chose to bowl in. What the hell?
We went up to the counter and the lady says, "What lane do you want?" I said, "It doesn't matter." I said, "I just need bumpers." And she gave me this judgmental look. I said, "It's for my kid." She said, "Yeah, I've heard of that before, but I did need the bumpers."
All righty. Time check now, 7:19 here on the Johnny and Blondie .com show. Super Bowl weekend this weekend.
This is it.
Are you guys going to be going to any Super Bowl parties, watching the Super Bowl? I know you're not big into
I'm going to a birthday party, so no.
So a birthday party on Super Bowl Sunday? Who in their right mind does that? Who are the bad people that did this?
My uncle.
He set up a birthday party on Super Bowl Sunday?
He didn't set it up. It's a surprise.
Oh. Well, not now it's not.
Whoops.
Hello out there.
Hi, how are you?
I'm just wondering.
Good. How are you?
Good. I'm just glad that you guys are back on the air somehow. I miss you guys.
Who is this?
Nancy from Sandusky.
Nancy from Sandusky.
Sandusky.
Yeah.
Thanks for calling us this morning. Anything else?
Yeah. No, that's it. I'm just watching you on Facebook, and I thought I'll call.
Okay. Here's the question of the day. Do you have a significant jerk you need to get rid of today? Today is dump your significant jerk date. It
Everybody's got a jerk in their life.
Doesn't have to
How
be
about your boss?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, no, I get along with my boss.
Oh, wow.
Oh, we hate you.
I do.
Yeah.
We hate you.
She
You
didn't
like
work
everybody.
for Cumulus.
Oh.
Thank you.
Okay.
You have a great day.
Oh, like I said,
What was
okay.
that? Go ahead. What were you going to say?
no, I was just going to say I'm just glad you guys are back on the air somehow.
Well, we're glad we're back on, too. Let's keep it that way by supporting our supporters, okay?
Okay.
Thank you. And
Have a good day in Sandusky.
Yeah. And spread the word, everybody, about the JohnnyAndBlondie.com website. The easiest way to listen to us is at JohnnyAndBlondie.com. And if you'd like to see us, we have other ways of doing that. Blondie's in a nice low-cut top today for those of you on Periscope. I'm sure you're enjoying that. It is. You don't tell me you don't wear that on purpose. Now that we're on camera, all of a sudden I'm seeing a lot of cleavage.
Johnny, I wear this like every other week. You've seen me in it many times.
But I've never seen you flashing Periscope.
I'm just sitting here. What am I flashing Periscope? I'm just sitting here.
Okay, apparently I brought up a bad thing here.
What did I do?
I'll move on to another subject.
Well, it's better than the stupid shirt you're wearing today.
I am trying.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly. What?
This is my last crazy shirt before I have to start cycling back to the original ones.
Why didn't you start wearing the Bill Cosby sweaters and then cycle those back again?
Bill Cosby sweaters. Hell, I got rid of those a long time ago.
Oh, you did?
You could get that shirt at any Goodwill for like a nickel, though.
A nickel.
Honestly.
Which one? This one?
Yeah.
Thanks a lot.
Yeah, you're welcome. I'm just trying
I
to
didn't
get
pay a
more
nickel
shirts.
for it. I actually like this shirt. But by the way, we not just Hawaiian shirts. We're wearing any kind of crazy shirt. If you've got some crazy shirts you want to donate to the cause, or if you have a business that sells crazy shirts like those, we call them El Chapo shirts. Get a hold of us. Somebody tried to bring us a shirt the other day, but the office was closed.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so you could just leave it hanging on the office
Nobody's
manager's.
gonna steal it.
No.
Leave it on the building manager's office door. Just hang it there at 509 Center Avenue in Bay City, where we're located, right across from the library in downtown Bay City, right next door to the county building, and behind the War Memorial. You'll see out front, right between our two buildings. Let's see. Expecting a call from James St. James in just a couple of minutes, so it's too late to get into a song here. We'll just wait until he calls. Don't forget, coming up a little bit later on in the show, we'll have our office joke for you at the end of the show every day. We do that. And we're trying to work in some of the old features here on the morning show as well. Those of you who are familiar with our regular radio broadcast back when we had one. If you're one of those people who believes in the incredible power of love.
I do.
Even you might be skeptical of this story, Blondie. And if you're a person like me who's dead inside, you definitely will be. A woman from Murrieta, California named Erica Harris randomly connected on Instagram with a guy from New York.
Uh-huh.
His name was Artie Van.
Artie Van.
Artie Van, about a year. Art Van.
Art Van.
That's who it is.
But this is Artie Van, A-R-T-E Van. About a year ago. Erica's surprisingly attractive for a story like this, by the way. And Artie has a chin strap beard, just kind of throwing it out there. They started just one of these things with the little tiny
I don't like those.
dweeby tools that wear those. Mostly millennials wear those, by the way.
Okay.
They started chatting online. They sent each other videos, and then they became a couple, even though they'd never met in person. And finally, they took it to the next level.
How do you become a couple when you've never even met?
You know, a lot of just like these prisoners that date women on the outside. They commit themselves to these guys. They don't even get together. They don't even go. Sometimes they're not even face to face because they're guys in prison in Idaho and the
That's
girls
weird.
here. Yeah. But they finally took this one to the next level on Friday, and they Artie bought himself a one-way ticket to California.
Okay.
Erica met him at the airport. He proposed, and they got married on the spot.
Come on.
Artie said, quote, "Don't listen to your thoughts, don't listen to your head, follow your heart, follow your soul." Erica said, quote, "For anybody that doesn't believe in fairy tales anymore, who am I? It can happen to you too."
Come on.
How long have they been married?
Like 2 days.
Yeah.
Let's
it's
check
Friday.
back in a year.
You know
or
what, though?
5.
It's actually better than most of that Bachelor TV stuff that you see on
that's
TV.
horrible.
None of them people make it, and they all date for like 8 weeks.
Yeah.
If you put 12 guys in a room and one ugly girl in the room, right. You're going to fall in love with her over
Right.
6
Yep.
months because it's the only one there.
That's right. That's right. And that inevitably happens. There's only one couple that stayed married out of that thing,
Yeah.
right? if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, Trish is her name. I can't remember his name, but yeah, they have a couple of kids.
All righty, let's head on out to the left coast. Saginaw's own Jimmy Hollywood calling in, I'm assuming. Hiya, James.
You better assume.
It's James St. James. The band is back together. This begins a long, by the way, going back in time, when James started, what year was that?
Well, okay, I was over at the other station.
Yeah.
I checked. In one way or another, I was over there for 31 years.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
You've been with me on my
And I've
broadcast.
been with you for at least 25.
Well, we've been going. He started. No, it was longer than that, James. You started
Well,
with me.
think about it.
No, James.
We were back where? Buffalo or
James.
Cleveland?
James.
Yes.
25 years ago was 1990 when I came back here. We were together at WTRX in the 80s. We were together in Buffalo, New York. We were together in Las Vegas, Nevada. All before that.
Wow.
So it's been
35,
right? 33 years, I think we've been together now.
We were just kids.
And James continuing with us, James St. James, Jimmy Hollywood has all the poop for you from Hollywood. And you coming in, by the way, from the SAG. By the way, my moves got a Lifetime Achievement Award at the SAG Awards last night, didn't they?
Oh, yeah, we're going to talk about that.
All righty, and let's get to it. What's going on?
Well, first of all, I want to congratulate you guys. Blondie, first of all, how you doing, Blondie?
I'm good. How are you?
Are you good?
Yeah. Did you go to the SAG Awards last night?
I was there.
Good
I was
time?
there. But I just want to say hi to you guys. I want to really congratulate you on doing something. You're breaking ground for the future in broadcasting. You know that.
I
We
believe
hope.
we are, yep.
Yeah, you are. So if there's any sponsors that are out there, now, of course, I still have my sponsor, the Log Cabin Bar and Grill.
Oh, yeah.
And you get out there and you tell them you want that Jimmy Hollywood burger, okay? All right, let's go. I got some rumors and some facts. Now, some call it a rumor. I'm going to call it a fact. There will be a Creed 2. Okay? Have you guys seen Creed 1 yet?
No, but I heard
I
it's
have
good.
not.
It's a really good movie. It's already grossed $150 million.
Is that Apollo
And, of
Creed?
course,
Is that
it
what it's
brought
about?
Sly Stallone's career right back.
Uh-huh.
In fact, Blondie, you can take this to the bank. At the end of the month at the Oscars, he will win Best Supporting Actor.
Oh, okay.
There's no question in my mind. So they're going to try, in their terms, bring their band back. They want, of course, Michael B. Jordan. He was the real star of that movie.
Yeah.
And then they're going to bring back an actor who everybody thought was dead, Carl Weathers. Back in the original Rocky days,
yeah.
he played Apollo Creed. Remember that?
Yep.
Yeah.
So they're going to try to get him back. All right, let's go to Britney Spears. Everybody backstage was asking, is her career headed for the dumper?
Oh, really?
Her latest album was a bomb, and she's having trouble, Blondie, selling tickets to her show at the Las Vegas Planet Hollywood.
Uh-oh.
Now, you know how they are in Vegas, Johnny. You live there.
Yep.
They're paying her $475,000 a show,
Wow.
and her shows are not selling out.
Jeez Louise.
Wow.
That's not the way Vegas works. You know that.
No, huh?
Now, there's a rumor she's been trying to hook up with some of today's hot new singers, but they won't return her calls.
Uh-oh.
I'm talking Taylor Swift, Nicki Minaj, and The Weeknd. She's reached out. They're not reaching back.
Wait a minute.
Who's The
Who
Weeknd?
the hell is The Weeknd?
Man, am I out of
Oh,
it.
The Weeknd's one of the hottest singers out there.
Really?
You've seen him.
All right.
He's
look
a young
this up.
black man whose hair, he's got this crazy hairstyle. You've seen him. I know you have.
I'll look him up
And he
right
doesn't
now.
spell weekend. He spells it different.
right.
Okay? If you don't know him, then you'll never know him. Okay, let's go to Madonna. You know her, right?
Yeah?
Yeah.
All right. Well, she may have some problems also going on. I told you a couple weeks ago that, it was more than a couple weeks ago now I think about it. It had to be about a month ago. I told you that she was back with her ex, Sean Penn.
Yep.
Well, so much so that she was receiving death threats because of this deal that he did with, what's his name, El Chapo?
El Chapo, yeah.
Yeah, and well, I call him El Creepo, okay? And he can call his goons off because Madonna may be the one to kill Sean Penn when she hears this rumor. The rumor is that he's been secretly canoodling with another lady from his past, supermodel Naomi Campbell.
Oh.
Yeah, oh yeah. All right, one more thing from backstage at the SAG Awards. This is a great thing.
Okay.
I got a blind date. Even big stars go out on blind dates.
All right.
You're going to love this one. Chelsea Handler. Okay, one of her close friends set her up for a blind date with celebrity cook Bobby Flay.
Oh, really?
I'm not kidding. They went to a little secluded restaurant over in Santa Monica. They arrived in the same car. I'm told they couldn't keep their hands off each other above and below the table.
Oh, boy.
Really?
Okay, well, my source dropped his fork and he saw a little spooning. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
Huh? Well, of course, Chelsea knows how to light a fire, and Bobby, he knows how to take that fire and do a little rump roast.
Oh,
Follow it, huh?
Nice.
Hey, I'm here every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Try the ribs.
Yeah, thanks.
Actually, try the Jimmy Hollywood burger at the Log Cabin.
sounds
You got it.
good.
There you go.
Thank
Hey,
you.
we're going to have some fun with this.
We are, James. Thank you so very much for
Thanks
joining
for
us.
sticking with us.
Hey, listen, you guys are special. You know that.
All right, take care.
Yeah, I'll see you Wednesday.
All
Bye-bye.
right, bye-bye. We're special, all right.
When did Chelsea Handler get divorced?
Oh, I didn't know that she was ever married. I didn't know that.
didn't
I
know
know so little about Chelsea Handler.
I didn't know she was married either.
I thought she was either married or she was dating the guy that owned E, right?
Yeah, but I don't think she ever got
She
married.
wasn't married to him.
I'm not a fan of hers.
No, I love her.
No, I'm not real big on her either.
He was talking about Madonna getting back with her ex. Did you see Phil Collins actually back with his third wife?
Oh, is he?
Yeah, 6 years after paying her $24.3 million in Britain's largest ever divorce settlement, the 64-year-old said they've been secretly living together for 6 months. I ever get a divorce, I'm not going back to her.
No.
I mean, honestly, why
You
would
got
you go
divorced for a reason. Why? How did you forget that?
He just wants his money back.
Oh, yeah.
He's like, I'm going to get some of that money back.
Baby back, baby back.
Kung Fu Panda 3 topped the box office this weekend. Probably because there's nothing else out there we haven't already seen. Kung Fu Panda 3, really?
Like Free Willy 14.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Cindy Crawford announcing she's retiring from modeling. Time to give up when your bra has enough metal in it that it sets off the detectors the moment you walk into the airport, I guess. Heading straight to Baskin-Robbins, they say. 40 years of pent-up dieting. So she'll be off to the Baskin-Robbins store. What? You're looking at me funny.
You just did both those stories.
No, I headlined them. I didn't give you details on them. I'm doing the
Give me the
details
deets.
now. Huh?
Nothing.
What am I missing here?
Nothing.
I can't get involved. I can't.
I headlined him, and I said maybe James St. James would have details. He did not, so I gave you the details. Am I missing something?
Nope.
All right.
It's Spunky Old Broads Day. You leave her alone, Johnny.
Good Lord. God, I know when I'm getting the evil eye, that's for sure. All right. Let's see here. I got a note from my friend Scott, who's one of the smartest people I know. He said, did you ever wonder why there are no dead penguins on the ice in Antarctica?
No, never.
Did you ever wonder this? This is just a weird fact. He says it's a known fact that penguins are very ritualistic birds that live in an extremely ordered and complex life. And the penguin is very committed to their family. I think we know this because we've seen this in what's that movie, Happy Feet or whatever.
Yeah.
They'll mate for life as well as maintain a form of compassionate contact with their offspring throughout the offspring's life. If a penguin is found dead on the ice surface, other members of the family and social circle have been known to dig holes in the ice using their vestigial wings and beaks.
Oh, really?
Until the hole is deep enough for the dead bird to be rolled into and buried.
Oh.
That's so sweet.
And then the male penguins gather around in a circle and they sing.
They what?
Yeah. Freeze a jolly good fellow, freeze a jolly good fellow.
I'm just thankful I'm honestly thankful that humans have come up with a way to take care of like dead bodies.
Yeah, why?
Because if you drive down the road and you see deer, right? Deer just lay on the side of the road until somebody sweeps them around. Could you imagine just dying and people going, I'll leave them there for a while. Somebody will take care of them, I'm sure. Yeah.
MDOT will be along anytime now to scoop that guy up.
Oh, yeah.
7:33. Let's check the weather forecast now. We check them on the quarter hours or as close to the quarter hours as we can remember to do it. Here's Josh.
Yeah, sunshine and cloud mixture for today, high of 40, mainly cloudy overnight with light winds, low 29. Tuesday, cloudy early, becoming windy, though, with rain developing later in the day. Sleet possible later on in the evening, high in the upper 30s. And Wednesday, mix of sun and clouds, mainly cloudy in the afternoon. Flurries or snow showers are possible, high in the mid-40s. But it's still 32 in Saginaw, 32 in Bay City.
And another supporter this quarter hour that brings you that weather forecast is Watchdog Tactical, a disabled veteran-owned business. Watchdog Tactical can be found at wdtactical.com, right? WD for Watchdog, wdtactical.com. And they'll offer you free shipping on any kind of accessories you're looking for your handguns especially. They have holsters and mag holders and more. They employ only veterans at wdtactical.com to make all of this. They even sell hoodies online at their website, WDTactical.com. Again, support our supporters. Take a look at the website at least, WDTactical.com. Check out the holsters they have there, the mag holders, and the hoodies that they're selling online, and support them. The founder was combat wounded in Iraq, started his business 2 years ago in Charlotte, North Carolina, but he's from here originally. Expanded his business to outside of the state. He's got a big base, and they sell Kydex holster pistols and ammo magazines. Veteran-owned. All disabled vets manufacture their products. Quality and dependability you can trust, and free shipping. WDTactical.com. It is 7:35 now in the morning. So you remember our old friend Jack Tanny, Blondie?
I do, indeed.
Jack's a good friend. Jack works for Out Front Media now.
Oh, does he?
Yeah, it used to be called CBS Outdoor, but they're now called Outdoor Media, or Out Front Media, rather, their new name. And he writes an article, and I actually don't know. It's a column that he writes in a newspaper around the area. And to be honest with you, I'm not sure which paper it is. I think he lives in Carlton or in that area, Zmilwaukee or somewhere, and it may be in their local paper. But it's called Running with Scissors, and it's about you and me.
Oh, really?
It said, radio personality Johnny Burke and his sidekick Blondie were unceremoniously ousted from their jobs last week. In a press release, Cumulus, the company that owns radio station WHNN, announced a format change for the station. WHNN, one of the top-rated stations in the region with its Hour Classic Hits, is now being dubbed My 96.1, the best variety of yesterday and today. The press release also said that they want music that makes listeners feel younger, hipper, and in the now. And apparently they want hosts that make them feel that way, too.
Yeah. Good luck with
The
that.
popular duo got the news after their morning shift last Friday, which led to a bevy of ticked-off fans spewing comments on social media against the new music format, as well as WHNN and Cumulus. Most were shocked, disappointed, and vowed to never listen to the station again. Some said they were changing their preset button in their vehicle to any other station. I lost my place here. To any other station but WHNN. Hundreds and hundreds of social media posts discussed their longtime affection for Johnny and Blondie. We're encouraging others to boycott the station as well. Radio's a tough business. Since the majority of vehicles have CD players and access to Sirius XM, radio stations need to continue to evolve to gain market share. Stations often hire high-priced consultants who scour every aspect of their business.
Oh, tell me about it, brother.
The out-of-town consultants, a.k.a. suits, crunch numbers and offer advice to the station's management team. Dismissals of on-air staff happen, but why oust the top-rated morning drive show hosts? The station, which attracted a wide range of age groups, was an excellent vehicle for local civic and nonprofit organizations to get their latest fundraiser publicity. Johnny and Blondie's show was also a good place to go to get that needed laugh to get you through the day. See, he laughed.
Ha!
He laughed. But more importantly was the work they did in the community, most notably the Johnny Burke Children's Foundation, which raised money from their annual Krabby Clam and Lobster Fest, which is entering its second decade. The foundation was established in response to the ongoing needs of mid-Michigan children in distress and financially assists one child at a time. Losing a job because of poor performance is one thing, but to be fired when your station is at the top of the ratings heap makes little or no sense. Johnny and Blondie's show have been the ratings leader for a number of years. Johnny and Blondie were escorted to their vehicles and weren't allowed to say goodbye to any of their coworkers. Additionally, they were told to come back the following day to collect their personal belongings. Can you say disrespectful?
Uh-huh.
The entire format change, Johnny and Blondie firing, made about as much sense as Sean Penn meeting with El Chapo. Thank you, Jack Tanny.
Thank you, Jack. That's sweet of you.
Very nice support letter from one of our old friends, Jack Tanny, who works with Outfront Media, now the former CBS Outdoor. And, you can get a hold of him on Taylor Drive down there in Flint if you're looking for outdoor media. Jack Tanny at OutfrontMedia.com is who you want to write. Jack.Tanny, T-A-N-Y, at Outfront Media in Flint. All righty. So if you're listening to us in Flint, if you're listening to us in mid-Michigan, no matter where you're listening to us, your job today is to spread the word to at least 5 people. Tell them to listen to us, too. And to maybe at least go online to one of our sponsors and tell them that you thank them for supporting us. Blue Thumb Digital is another one of those sponsors, by the way, if you're looking for some help with your website here locally, Blue Thumb Digital.
And he'll be here tomorrow as well. So
good.
We're going to talk a lot about tomorrow about some of the issues that we're having on Periscope and how they may be solved easily, right? Because we're streaming here in the studio. Some of the connection issues we found are on the user, and even Blondie this morning had some issues here in the studio connecting to the Periscope feed. So Jeff is going to explain all of that tomorrow.
All right. Yeah, we're going to try and get things better and better. By the way, for those of you who just tuned in, there are a lot of ways to receive this show. The easiest is JohnnyAndBlondie.com with straight streaming audio, which, by the way, repeats throughout the day after we finish the live portion of our day. We'll have that on all day long. You can also get that on TuneIn Radio, the app you can download into your smartphone. And again, that's just audio. Video feeds come to you in a number of different ways. Periscope, which is a free app you can download into your smartphone and then just follow Johnny and Blondie Live. Or you can go to YouTube or to Facebook and the Johnny and Blondie Live fan page where there's some more streaming video for you to take advantage of. There are a lot of different ways to watch this. But on YouTube today, we're trying something new that we're trying to do with all of those streaming video broadcasts down the road, and that's to give you line level audio, stuff coming right out of the microphones, right out of our board. When we're playing music, you'll hear it just as it was intended to be heard when we get that done. The only place that you can get that today is on our YouTube feed. So go to YouTube, look for Johnny and Blondie Live, and you're getting line level audio. I haven't checked it to listen to it. Have you?
Yes, I can't check YouTube yet.
All right, so we'll check it after the show, see how good it is. Hopefully you guys are enjoying it there. Facebook is where we have the most followers. Of course, we have 13,000 followers in all right now, but about 9,000 of those are on Facebook. So we're hoping that these Facebook feeds are going to, and for those of you who do watch it on Facebook, you know that we have to refeed it every half hour. We have to shut the feed down and then restart it every half hour. Those are the rules at Facebook. All right, see, we've got some great music coming up here in just a couple of minutes. First, though, I want to tell you about this. Blondie handed me this story just a moment ago here. A career website called Zippia.
Okay.
Is this named after our intern?
No.
Zippia analyzed Google searches to figure out what job the people in each state search for more than anywhere else, and God bless Georgia. People in Georgia search for, are you ready for this, Blondie? More than anywhere else. It's what you probably assume that the girls in French-speaking Canada also search most often.
What's that?
Stripper jobs.
Oh, God. Mommy must be proud.
In Georgia, that is the number one job search, or at least they search for stripper jobs more than anybody else. I don't know if it's the number one job search. Some states search for things that line up with their stereotypes pretty well. The top search in Oregon, urban farmer.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. In Minnesota, it's lumberjack. In West Virginia, it's coal jobs. Wow. And in Wisconsin, it's beer brewer. I love this. All right, it's hard to pick the saddest result. Let's say it's between Colorado, where people are searching for account manager, as well as South Carolina, where they search for sewer jobs, or Nebraska, where they search for telemarketing jobs.
Oh, okay.
Boy, I have a feeling that in Nebraska, they're searching for telemarketing jobs right now because there's nothing else going on out there in Nebraska right now.
Perhaps.
That's about it. It's hard to pick the saddest, as we just said, but the top search in North Carolina, and this is really funny, is pirate jobs.
Pirate jobs?
The top search for
Where is
jobs
this at again?
in North Carolina should be hilarious, except that East Carolina University's mascot is the Pirates, so it's probably just people looking for work there.
Jobs.
And finally, a few more strange ones. Lion tamer jobs are big in California. Lighthouse keeper jobs are big here in Michigan.
Lighthouse keepers.
Well, we have. Isn't this the state with the most? Am I right about that? The state with
I've
the most.
heard that before, yeah.
Jeff's over there nodding in the corner. You're going to be coming on here in just a couple of minutes. We're going to set him up.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to get going here.
Hopefully we can play a song.
You want to take a break so we can get
Isn't
set
there
up?
a Scott Baker song in there?
We'll find one.
I think so.
And finally, a few more strange ones. We said lion tamer jobs in California, Michigan. Apparently, New York can't let go of a sort of hot trend from a few years ago. Professional cuddler is the number one job search term in New York. Would you be a professional cuddler?
I would not. That's disgusting.
Cuddling in general or just with other people?
With other people I don't know. No.
All right, so we're going to take a quick break, and then we've got local musician Jeff Yancey's in the studio with us, and we're going to do some acoustic in the house. But first, we're going to bring you local musician Scott Baker and the Universal Expressions here on The Morning Thing.
This is Johnny Burke and Blondie on Periscope.
Oh, it's magnificent.
Need I explain much more? It's what you do to me that answers what I'm here for. To say that you love me, it's never in vain. Time moments apart, we are still the same. When you are near me, it's when As you get closer, all comes through. Even for a second, it is magnificent. Concealed in the moment, our days go unnoticed to most, and our lookers pass us by like we are ghosts. To say that you need me goes without making blame. It's our moments apart, we are still the same. When you are near me, it's when all my dreams come true. It's time well spent in sharing the moments with you. As you get closer, yeah, it all comes through. Even for a second, it is magnificent.
JohnnyAndBlondie.com.
There's
Magnificent.
My buddy Scott Baker, phenomenal guitar player, isn't he?
He is. He's awesome guitar.
Awesome.
Jeff, you going to do that? You going to break out into that big guitar solo for us here today?
I forgot my whammy bar.
Jeff Yance is with us in the house, another great local musician.
Yes, he is. You've played with Scott many times.
Yes, I was in Scott's band for a little while, did some traveling. Yeah, it was fun.
We killed him. We killed Jeff. We
There we
killed our
go.
second live acoustic performance or performer with a microphone that's going to fall here. Hopefully you'll pick up all this. So we asked Jeff to come in here. We've been playing some of Jeff's music for you guys. And like we've said so many times, this whole fledgling business we're trying to build here is built around local artists, local original music. Jeff, you've been in the area how long?
Since birth.
Since birth. So you're forever and ever. What do you do for a real living?
Real job, I'm a financial advisor with Edward Jones.
Ah, okay.
We might need your help.
Yeah.
There you go.
What do you do with zero?
Well, there's no. Yeah.
that won't work either. Really.
We got nothing.
We got nothing. We got nothing. You're gonna have to start some sort of charity for us, and then we'll have some money to invest. All right. So you've been playing in bands in the area as well as on your own for quite some time, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Where can we catch you?
Let me see. This Saturday, I'm playing at Governor's Quarters on Winona in Bay City.
Mm-hmm. All right.
And then I believe it's the 19th. I'm playing at O's in Auburn.
All right.
And the 27th, I'll be at Tri-City Brewing Company in their tasting room over on Water Street on the east side. So they don't They don't let me out. The tether doesn't let me out of the county, but I probably should spread out and probably do more. But yeah.
Are you married?
I am.
You are married. What does your wife think of this vagabond life?
You know, she kind of likes the whole idea of that old country song. How can I miss you if you never go away? so she
likes the fact that she has these mini reunions.
Yeah, it's kind of like she's like, you're going to play tonight? That's great. I got other things I want to do. So yeah.
Good. I'm glad you're taken care of. We're good. I'm going out with the girls tonight.
That's right.
So what are you going to play?
This is a song from a long time ago. I'm playing it because my mom likes this song, so why wouldn't you? It's called Catch a Ride. If you're traveling back to town, I need a ride and I won't make a sound. It just seems to be so dark, and you're here and you got your car. Won't you let me catch a ride with you? I even promise that I won't smoke. Don't need no radio. Can tell each other bad jokes if you let me catch a ride with you. Well, if we took a ride off of Stone Island Road, we could listen to some good old rock and roll. Won't you let me catch a ride with you? Won't you let me catch a ride with you? You know my car broke down around the county line, and when I saw your headlights I knew you'd be my ride. And when I looked in your eyes and my heart just flipped, I knew there was a reason for my engine to quit. Won't you let me catch a ride with you? Searching all of my life for a bad joke teller with the big blue eyes. You just have to give me a chance with you and let me catch a ride with you.
Jeff,
yes,
everybody
Jeff,
in the house.
awesome. I can see why your mom likes that one.
There's a nice song. It's from the album called That's the All of It.
That's the All of It.
By Jeff Yancey. That sounds like somebody's expression that you picked up.
It was. One of my friends at work, she's basically reads a lot. And she said there was a character in the book, and she just thought it was so funny because she would say, it's kind of the expression of, that's all I got. Yep. That's it. See all of it. And I just loved it. I don't know anymore. That's it. See all of it.
It's a really clever song. I like that.
Thank you.
Catch a Ride. It also features Homegrown. Is that about what we think, or is that about you?
No, that's about me. Since I have my tether and I don't play outside the area.
You're pretty much homegrown all the time. Yeah.
Exactly.
Now, do you have any other CDs, by the way?
I do. Actually, I've got one.
You've been
that's
around
called
for a while.
Dance in the Rain. Mm-hmm. I was in a band called One Trick Ponies. Years ago, and that song actually is One Trick Ponies. I was with Teddy Hoagland, and we did. We did that for a while. We put out about 3 CDs. Actually, totally 3 CDs. And then after that, you grow up, you get families, you do that, people spread out. And I told my wife, when I grow up, I'll stop doing this. and
never
here I
growing
am.
up.
So yeah, it's probably never going to happen. So
Well, good. We love the fact that you didn't quit doing it, by the way, because you're awfully good at this. So I don't know if anybody's ever told you that. But, yeah, we can reboot Facebook now. It's not letting him. Okay, so those of you guys on Facebook following us, I apologize if it's not working. Again, this is fledgling technology
absolutely.
that we're dealing with.
Hey, we're
here.
glad you're in Bay City. You'll get the kinks worked out, right?
Glad to be here, yeah.
Absolutely.
We're glad you could join us. You got another song?
Yeah. Let me see. What are we doing here? This one is Don't Worry, I Understand It's a Family Show.
All right.
This is a song about sleeping with somebody.
All right.
Oh, okay. All right.
This ought to be
Literally
good.
sleeping with somebody in the winter in Michigan, and it gets cold. So,
Uh-oh.
yeah.
I have a feeling I know
Professional
where.
snuggler.
I have a feeling I know where this is going.
Is this
but go
about
ahead.
you, Jeff?
That's right. It's called Most of the Blankets.
All right.
One good turn, it's most of the blankets. One good turn, gets them to your side. One good turn, it's most of the blankets. Do you want to be that kind of guy? You know that she loves you. You know she really cares. Hope she never leaves you. Do you want to be that kind of guy? 'Cause one good turn gets most of the blankets. One good turn gets to your side. One good turn gets most of the blankets. Do you want to be that kind of guy? Always be by your side. Always laughs at your dumb jokes. Always there when you need her. Do you want to be that kind of guy? 'Cause one good turn gets most of the blankets. One good turn and possibly a curl. One good turn gets most of the blankets. Do you want to do that to this girl? Do you want to live that kind of world? Do you want to be right by her side? Do you want to be that kind of guy?
Jeff Yance.
Yeah.
Is
Good
that called
job,
One Good
Jeff.
Turn?
That's called Most of the Blankets.
Oh, most of the blankets. That's right. You said that already, didn't you? I'm sorry. Jeff Yance. And you can find us. Where can people get your CDs, by the way?
CD Baby. You can go online.
All right.
CD Baby. Actually, go to jeffyancmusic.com.
All right.
So, the interweb. Everybody's on it.
Yep.
And I've got a CD coming out very soon. It's called Face for Radio. You guys
Well,
might,
you'll have to come back
Yeah.
when it gets
Absolutely.
out.
Yeah. I got
And pay us royalties for that title.
There you go. Face for Radio. There you go.
And it's Yance, not Yance, correct?
It is,
I've been
yes.
mispronouncing
Spell
it.
your
Yes.
last name for
Yes. There you go. YANTZ.
There you go.
There you
Pronounced
go.
Yance instead of Yance. And
Yeah.
just terrific stuff for us this morning. And thanks for letting us play your music on the radio,
Absolutely.
too, by the way. We love.
Absolutely. Welcome to Bay City. I think it's great you're here.
Thank you.
One of your friends, Sarah Nelson, wrote us on Facebook saying, "Hi, Jeff, long time no see." And then Gail Lynn writes, "Hello, Glenn's knee surgery went great. Hope to see you soon." Is that
No, but I hope the best.
I don't know. Gail Lynn Turner Brown. Do you know that person? Do we know Glenn?
No.
Well, Glenn, it's nice to know your knee surgery went well.
Good. That's good.
I don't know. Kurt writes, "Hello from Flushing," and our good friend Gwen Bruff from Bruff Bakery in Clio said, "Have a groovy day to you today, Blondie."
Right.
Good morning from Gwen Bruff this morning here. Mike Kowalski's tuning in over there at Memory Lane Cafe. By the way, we have Memory Lane Cafe prizes to give away. We'll do that later this week here on our JohnnyAndBlondie.com morning show. live from Bay City, where we're physically located. We're going to take the show out from time to time. And, in fact, coming up on February 9th, I believe is the first time we're going to actually take the show out to an actual advertiser's facility. It's going to be Cops and Donuts in Clare, where we'll be broadcasting live for Punchki Day, Fat Tuesday on February 9th. Mm-hmm. Go to copsdonuts.com, and donuts is spelled the proper way, D-O-U-G-H, nuts, instead of D-O, nuts. So D-O-U-G-H, nuts. See you later, Jeff. Copsdonuts.com, and you can order fresh donuts from Cops Donuts any day of the week there at copsdonuts.com. Tell them you heard it on the JohnnyAndBlondie.com website, and then join us on February 9th if you can physically be there, because it's going to be a great Punchki Day out there. We're going to be having a lot of fun with the owners, our friends from Cops and Donuts in Clare, on that day. So come on out and plan on joining us then. I also want to thank our friends from Shattuck Specialty Advertising, and Mo Shattuck specifically. You can find his specialty advertising website at ShattuckADV.com. Shattuck is spelled the way they spell it in Saginaw for that road. It's ShattuckADV for advertising. ShattuckADV.com if you want to get some more information from Mo. It's 8:01 right now on the morning show. We're going to check the weather forecast now, but I can't because where are you?
I've got Facebook going now.
Okay, all right. So you can't do the weather? All right. You got to multitask.
You got to take Facebook.
All right. Blondie will take the Facebook for us. It's the weather forecast now at 8:01 here on the morning show right now with Josh Sherrill. What's going on?
Sunshine and cloud mixture, high of 40 today. Mainly cloudy overnight. Light winds possible, low around 29. Tuesday, cloudy early, becoming windy. Rain developing later in the day. Some sleet possible as well. High in the upper 30s. And Wednesday, mix of sun and clouds and mainly cloudy in the afternoon. Few flurries or snow showers are possible. High near 40. 33 now in Saginaw, 33 in Bay City as well.
And it is 8:02 here on the morning show. Coming up in about 15 minutes, sports with Vinny Cappuccino. Don't go anywhere. Also want to mention Watchdog Tactical and TCTmusic.com. Those are our two of our sponsors. TCTmusic.com. We're coming up into the wedding season. They call this the wedding season starting February 1st. Mm-hmm. That's because you're going to have a lot of wedding shows and a lot of wedding planning going on now through the next several months. A lot of the weddings then occur, March, April, May through September, October. So the wedding season is coming up. It's time to get a hold of total control of the tracks. Their website is tctmusic.com. And if you go there right now, you can get a half-price package. Just tell them you mentioned it or heard it mentioned here. They're supporting us. They're a veteran-owned business. Frank Medell and Adam Gonzalez, owners of TCT, are honorably discharged veterans
who
served.
Adam.
They
he
served,
played at my daughter's wedding.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
They both from the United States Marine Corps, both of them. They've been in business since 1985. They've played thousands of shows. These guys have the experience. They do weddings, corporate events, graduations, retirements, birthdays, bridal shows, to name just a few. And their shows are family-friendly. And if you go to tctmusic.com and post that you heard them here on the Johnny and Blondie show, they'll give you an entry into the drawing for a half-price wedding. Their wedding package, one of their normal wedding packages, costs $895, but they'll give it to you for less than $450 if you win. So just go there and sign up right now. What do you got to lose? Or you can call them, 989-233-4844. They're also on Facebook. Look for TCT Music, or go to their website, tctmusic.com. Hold on a minute.
What?
For some reason, that mic is not working now. All right.
Here's what people remember about your wedding: how good the food was.
Yep.
And the music.
Yep.
That's all they're going to
That's
remember.
true.
So make sure that you put your money at TCT Music to get a good deal.
Well,
And I can vouch, they are really good. Really good.
Yeah. I think they'd remember if Grandma came running out of the restroom with no top on. They'd probably remember that too.
Yeah, that doesn't happen a lot.
Not often, but it happens.
It's expensive to get Grandma to do that,
Yeah.
though.
What's the craziest thing? Josh, by the way, was a wedding DJ for years, as so many people in this business have been. I used to do it years ago. What's the craziest thing you ever saw?
We had a bride and groom. They had their bus. They won a radio station package,
Okay.
right? So they won this for free. And they had the bus. They went around. They drove all the time. The groom was so drunk when he got to the reception that the groom slept underneath the table until about 11 o'clock when they did their first dance.
Oh, my
gosh.
God.
Yeah.
Oh, I bet his parents were real happy with him.
And
there was one ticked off bride
she
as well.
She was not happy.
Oh,
11
boy.
o'clock they did their first dance, and then I actually had I had a guy have a heart attack in the middle of the dance floor
Oh, no.
and died during the.
Oh, no, he
Yeah, he
died.
died. It was awful.
Ew.
Ooh.
Art Neal coming up at 8:35 this morning, by the way, to talk a little bit about Super Bowl week, Blondie.
All right.
Are you doing anything for Super Bowl? Are you going to have any? Oh, you said you're going to a birthday party
Birthday
instead.
party, yeah.
You doing anything?
I'm going somewhere for food.
Wherever.
I just go for the appetizers and the
You want
food,
to come
and
to
then
the birthday party?
yeah, if they have food, yeah, sure.
Food is pretty central to any Super Bowl party.
Yeah.
And, of course, this is where people really pull out all the stops of the stuff they make. Super Bowl parties is where everybody tries all those fancy hors d'oeuvres.
I found on Pinterest.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
Found this buffalo chicken dip on Pinterest.
Oh, yuck. I don't like that kind
I
of
know.
stuff.
I don't either, but I eat it on
I
Super
love
Bowl day.
Pinterest. I'm not kidding you when I tell you I make at least once a week something that I found on Pinterest for dinner.
Did you see
Charlie's gaining weight, and he said, "Stop it! Don't go on Pinterest anymore."
Did you see what it said? Pinterest. If you don't know what Pinterest is, it's when your wife looks at her phone for an hour and a half, and then you eat salad out of mason jars. That is exactly true.
That is true. We did have this thing in my family where we draw a name at Halloween, and then at Christmas, whoever name you had drawn, you have to make the gift.
Oh.
And it's got to be like $20 or less. We've gotten so many cool ideas off of Pinterest. So.
My family doesn't have that much time to put in. They wouldn't put the time into it.
Oh, really?
No, we'd get
We
like
have a blast.
popsicle stick houses.
Yeah.
Well,
Some of us are creative, and then some of you aren't.
Yeah.
well, you know, I have people in my family who've served time. So
They what?
Yeah. So the
They
crafts.
make you a license plate.
No, phenomenal stuff. I'm talking about matchstick stuff. They make huge birdhouses and jewelry cases and jewelry boxes out of matchsticks.
Well, they've got nothing but time. They're behind bars.
Yeah,
Shanks
they're
out of plastic
phenomenal.
spoons.
Shanks,
you know?
yeah.
What's that? That's a shank. I made it out of a plastic spoon.
It's great stocking
that's
stuffer for
funny.
the holidays.
Nothing screams Christmas like a shank.
So the Super Bowl's coming up this week, of course,
Yeah.
and already
Who's playing again?
it's why are you doing this? to
Not
me?
the Cheetahs.
No, it's Carolina is taking on the Denver Broncos and the old man Peyton Manning.
All right.
And this is where I had to switch my loyalties. Even though I don't think they have a chance of winning, I'm kind of rooting for Peyton because he's going to be 40 here in about a month and a half.
Oh, he's an old man.
And-
He'll probably get let go from his job because he's old.
Well, he is.
Yeah.
He's quitting. He's pretty much this is going to be his last hurrah, almost undoubtedly. They
Well-
don't. It's not official, but did you hear? Calvin Johnson has not announced, but it's leaked out that Calvin is probably not coming back to the Detroit Lions.
The
either.
Johnson's not coming back?
I thought he announced it.
He didn't announce it. What he did was, apparently before the season, he told a few family members, and during the season, a couple of teammates, including Matthew Stafford. And it's leaking out now that that's what he had said before the season.
Oh.
It had to do not so much with the Lions, but his own body. He says his body is just hurt. It's not recovering well from injuries. He's tired of being sore. He's tired of being hurt.
Sure.
Well, this is 14 hours ago from ESPN that sources say Johnson told the Lions he plans to retire.
Yeah, those are the same sources. But Johnson has not announced it. It's important to point out that these are just other
Their
people.
bodies have just got to be wore out.
Oh yeah.
We
Yeah.
went to
Can
this.
you imagine how much pain you're in every day?
Well, grade school, high school, college.
Yeah.
They've been doing this
Just
a long
getting
time.
beat up every day?
We went to the Saginaw Spirit yesterday. Obviously, we had that event yesterday at the Saginaw
Yeah.
Spirit. And if you watch the guys that play hockey, if reincarnation is a thing, please don't make me come back as a hockey player. They
Oh.
just got beat up.
They
Yeah.
don't look as bad now as they did back in the days of
Minus the helmet.
just forgot his name.
Oh, you're talking about?
Yeah, that's who I'm talking about.
Come
that
on,
guy.
this is terrible.
We're old. This is why we lost our jobs. This is all your fault.
No, the biggest star ever, and he's a friend of the morning show,
I
and
know.
we can't think of his name.
I keep wanting to say Wayne Gretzky, but
That's what
probably
I
not
wanna
it.
say.
Before
too,
Wayne
but-
Gretzky, the bigger name.
You know, the guy with the hair and the...
Detroit Red Wings.
He's got them eyes.
Howe, Gordie Howe.
Gordie Howe. Yeah. I knew I'd get to it.
My goodness, Gordie Howe.
Sorry, Gordie. Hey, how's he doing anyway? Have you heard the latest on his health?
he's in poor health, but he's hanging in there. He's doing okay.
What
you
is
know.
he up there in age?
Oh gosh, Gordie's got to be 86 or 87.
Look it up here real quick.
Anyway, where were we going with that? By the way,
We were talking about Super Bowl and
about the old man?
Johnson retiring.
Yeah, Calvin
and-
Johnson retiring from the Lions. Probably. I mean, again, this is not official, but people are starting to leak information that he may be not coming back this year for the Lions.
That's too bad.
The Super Bowl. You ever see that commercial?
Gordie Howe is 87.
87. You ever see that commercial? Got to get away.
No.
Yeah, there have been several commercials where you make a huge mistake and then the commercial's got to get away.
Oh, I do that every damn day.
Well, Super Bowl.
Screw it up again.
The head of the grounds crew at the Super Bowl may want to consider that now.
Oh, I saw this.
They're playing at this new high-tech stadium. I don't know if you guys have seen Levi's Stadium yet. It's a brand new stadium. San Francisco 49ers played in it this year. I heard the Oakland Raiders were supposed to play in it. Yeah, it's a new stadium, and it's really high-tech. But for Super Bowl, it's the stadium where the Super Bowl is going to be played, and one team is selected as the home team. I think they do this by, I don't know if it's like a coin flip or what. The other team is selected as the visiting team, and then instead of like when you go to the Denver Broncos, both end zones being painted with Denver Broncos logos. At the Super Bowl, one end zone is painted with the Denver Broncos logo. The other end zone will be painted with the Carolina Panthers logo. However, the grounds crew somehow accidentally painted the Denver Broncos logo on both end zones.
Yeah.
Oh, come on.
Yeah. So somebody caught the mistake. They worked to erase one of them before painting the Carolina Panthers logo over the top. Some reports are saying the actual mistake was that they initially gave Denver the end zone on the left side as viewed from the press box, and they weren't supposed to do it because they're the home team, yada, yada, yada. I almost said it again.
La, 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 la.
JohnnyAndBlondie.com.
Yeah.
Hello out there.
Hey, what's going on? It's Travis.
Hi, Travis.
How you doing there, Trav?
Not much. All right. Hey, I just wanted to let you know that the road's crap.
So is your phone service,
I
Travis?
almost just ate it, but now I'm calling you and driving, so
The roads
that's
are still
probably not safe.
The roads are still slippery.
Oh, yeah.
Are you in Saginaw County right now?
Yep.
Well, slow down. Travis George and Send Santa to the Troops are a good friend for many years. So, and I see you were following us this morning.
I was.
You stalker,
I still am, I think.
Who are you?
Probably not because I called you.
Travis, who are you voting on? Who you rooting for this weekend?
Oh, Carolina Panthers.
Are you really?
I'd like both of them to win. Is that possible? Probably not.
I don't think you can do that.
Denver Broncos to have Peyton Manning go out and win a Super Bowl would be great, but Carolina Panthers has been a great story. I'm not really a football fan, so I don't really have a horse in the
I am
game.
surrounded by sports non-fans lately, seems like.
Red Wings and Tigers, we can talk that all day.
All right. Well, we were just talking a little bit about the Red Wings. We saw the Saginaw Spirit yesterday. Josh and I went out there for a Spirit game yesterday. The Spirit.
I must have missed my invitation to go.
We
with
invited you
guys.
Friday, and you said no, so don't start again. 4-2 was the final score.
No, we didn't.
Yes, you did. You did. You said no. I specifically asked you if you wanted to join us on Sunday, and you said no. It's 4-2 was the final score. They ended up losing, and unfortunately,
You have made things so awkward here today. This is number 3. It's like when mom and dad are fighting, and I'm right in the middle of
well,
both
I keep
of
being
them.
accused of all these things that I didn't do, and I'm tired of being
down.
accused of stuff I did not
Anger,
do.
get it under control.
Travis, mom and dad are fighting again.
Hey.
All right, thank you, Trav.
Thanks, Travis. You got to come in sometime.
Hey, no problem. We'll talk to you.
Have a great day. All righty. Let's see what else is going on up there. Let's see what else I can do wrong here. 16 Super Bowl prop bets that you can make, including the chance of an earthquake and the color of the Gatorade this year. So, these are bets that are oddball bets that you can make on the game.
The color of the Gatorade is a bet?
Well, because I'm going to dump the Gatorade over the coach. You don't know which color it's going to be, I guess. It's what I'm assuming. Odds there's another Microsoft tablet malfunction like there was at the Broncos' previous game against the Patriots. They're actually giving you odds on that. You can bet a prop bet that there will be another Microsoft tablet meltdown. You get 9-1 odds on that bet. The Super Bowl being held in the Bay Area, the odds that there's an earthquake in San Francisco during the game of at least a 2.0 magnitude within 50 miles of the stadium is 56-1. You can actually place a bet on that.
Of what is that one again?
The Super Bowl being held in the Bay Area, of course, the odds of an earthquake in San Francisco is what they're betting on, and they're saying it has to be at least.
That might be good because aren't they saying they're getting prepared for an earthquake?
I think they are. Well,
Yeah.
especially in the Pacific Northwest.
Yes.
Yeah, but that's even north of them. But yeah, I mean they're always
It's going
prepared.
to happen, but
In San Francisco, they get earthquakes, fairly
Yeah.
regularly. And
there was something just in the news about it. I don't remember what it was though.
there's a statistic that you'll read somewhere about, and I think James St. James, who lives in Southern California and calls into our show now Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 7:25 with the Jimmy Hollywood Report, has mentioned this before. They'll have dozens of tornadoes or tremors a week
Wow.
They won't
Where?
anywhere
Oh.
in California. You said there are dozens a week, but most of them go undetected.
Did you say tornadoes?
Tremors.
Oh, tremors.
Tremors.
The tornado went undetected. I don't know what happened.
I didn't see it.
So they get these so often that it's possible that you could end up with a 56-1 odds on betting on the earthquake. That might be a good bet.
Who is the halftime act again?
It's Coldplay.
Beyonce.
Coldplay.
Beyonce's playing with them, too.
So hopefully it happens during the halftime.
Yeah, I don't know.
Exactly.
Somebody needs to look that up because there's all these acts that are saying that they're entertaining the Super Bowl, but I think some of them are like outside the stadium before the game.
Right.
They have acts, too, don't they?
Yeah, there's a lot of acts.
Boy, that Levi Stadium is nice.
Oh, it's beautiful. It's one of the most high-tech stadiums in the world, they say.
Did they do the pay-to-play this year? Did that end up going through where the Coldplay basically had to pay to play during the Super Bowl?
I don't know how that ended up.
I don't think so.
There was what Josh is referring to is about 6 months or a year ago. They said from now on these acts are going to have to pay because this is a boost to their career to be at the Super Bowl halftime. They're going to have to pay for the privilege of being the halftime act. I don't know if that ended up going through or not.
I'll look it up here.
We got enough money. We could do it. Just right in the middle.
You mean
Johnny,
us three?
Blondie? Yeah.
Yeah. All right, let's check. It's
well, I'm taking care of the checkbook, and we really don't have that much money yet.
It's 8:16. We've got Vinny Cappuccino coming up with all the sports from overnight. But
Vinny
first,
Cappuccino.
checking the weather forecast now. Here's Josh.
Sunshine and clouds today, high of 40. Tonight, mainly cloudy with light winds, low around 29. Cloudy early Tuesday, becoming windy with rain developing later in the day. Sleet possible as well, high in the upper 30s. And Wednesday, mix of sun and clouds and mainly cloudy in the afternoon. A few flurries or snow showers possible, high near 40. 32 in Bay City and Saginaw, back down to 32 as well.
And as you heard from our friend Travis George, who just called in, the roads are still slick out there. Most all of the Bay City schools are closed today, so what time is it? Well, you probably would already know that if you got kids going to school.
8:17.
Slow her down out there.
All righty, and it's currently, 32 degrees around here?
32,
That's
yeah.
the problem right there is the temperature's hovering
The
right
sun's
around.
coming out now, so it'll help a little bit.
8:17 with JohnnyAndBlondie.com.
Good morning, Bay City. Vinny Boom Boom Cappuccino. Let's talk sports. Last night in the NBA, Detroit and Cleveland were idle, but the Clippers carpet bombed the Bulls 120-93. Miami clobbered Atlanta 105-87. Orlando got by Boston 119-114. It was Dallas 91, Phoenix 78. Golden State handled New York 116-95. Portland beat Minnesota, and Charlotte dumped the Lakers 101-82. In college hoops, Michigan State 96-62 over Rutgers, and Maryland beat OSU 66-61. NHL action had Atlantic 4-3 over Metro, and Pacific 9-6 on top of Central. ESPN is reporting that sources say Calvin Johnson is planning on retiring. There's your sports. I'm Vinny Boom Boom Cappuccino, and that's all I know for now. Oh!
Thank you, Vinny. How much do we love Vinny? Anyway, you heard what he had to say there, too, about Calvin Johnson. Everybody's talking about it this morning. Looks like he may be no longer with the Detroit Lions. As if the things with the Lions aren't bad enough right now, to lose Calvin Johnson probably is not the best thing that could happen to him. Coming up, we will be talking to the Art Neal about the Super Bowl here in about 15, 20 minutes.
Or we think that's what he's going to talk about. I can never follow him. I'm like, what is he saying?
Art Neal?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Somebody
He's all
talked to me
over
the other
place.
day. They said, I listened to your show, and Art Neal was on there. I said, yeah. He said, that dude confuses the hell out of me.
I know. Like, I catch a key word here or there, and then I'm like, what?
Well, with Art, you sometimes have to know what his lingo is, because sometimes he'll throw things, and it's in his own lingo, and you're like, well, what the hell does that mean? What is?
He calls from the bathroom too. He's like, you know what? I'm taking a poop right now. I'm going to call Johnny and Blondie. This seems like the perfect time to call.
He's called us when he's at the drive-thru of Tim Hortons or something. As he's ordering, he's on the. It's like, you're nuts, dude.
All right, some more Super Bowl prop bets you can make this year. We ought to do some of these, you guys.
I've seen that there's an app for the Super Bowl too.
Odds that the power goes out in the stadium like it did during Super Bowl 47 in New Orleans 3 years ago, you can bet on that. 20-1 odds you'll be given. San Francisco.
That's not going to happen.
Yeah, I don't think that'll happen. The 56-1 odds of a 2.0 magnitude quake within 50 miles, I think, is your best bet so far on all of these. The over-under on the number of times the phrase "greatest of all time" is said during the broadcast is 3.5.
There you go.
That seems low, doesn't it?
3.5.
Yeah, because remember who's playing? Peyton Manning and Cam Newton, who is vying to be the best of all time someday.
Well, I guess it just depends on who the announcers are.
I was going to say, who's the announcer?
Yeah.
I mean, so if you got those two guys in the game, those words, the best of all time or greatest of all time, are going to come out of their mouths quite often, you would think. 3.5 is the over-under if you want to make that prop bet. The over-under on the length of the broadcast is 4 hours, 6 minutes. I said length, and Josh got this dirty look on his face. The broadcast.
Oh, I kind of drifted off in a moment, too.
I didn't look. I wasn't looking at you when I said it. I was looking at Josh, though, and I saw him do it. You probably did the same thing, didn't you?
A little smirk.
Grinned a little bit, yeah. The odds that there's a halftime show sound malfunction. See, they should bet that on
They
this
should
show.
bet this on this show.
Yeah.
Chances that Facebook's going to die in the middle of the show.
12 to
double
1.
down.
12 to 1 are the prop bet odds on that halftime show sound malfunction. Halftime show wardrobe malfunction. You can bet on that.
They're not going to let that happen.
That's
again,
not going to
though.
happen.
No,
They're
25 to
gonna
1.
Tape those people closed, man.
What's the delay on there? Does anybody know?
I don't know.
You have Coldplay, too. What's the
Yeah.
malfunction going to be with Coldplay?
Well, Beyonce's coming out with them, too.
Oh, that's
so,
true.
Yeah. Didn't she play last year, though?
You know, you were saying that earlier, and I don't remember her being.
she was.
She might have been. She might have been. Maybe she wasn't half. She would not do anything but the halftime show. I can't see her as a
Warm up in the parking lot.
No, that's not going to be a Beyonce thing. No. Kanye would be out there. No, the greatest halftime performer of all time is Beyonce. Over under on the number of guest performers during the halftime show. They don't announce how many guest performers are going to be there, so you don't know who's coming out.
See, that's what I'm trying to find. I can't find anything.
They're saying 5.5 is the over-under.
5.5?
Well, that's so that they don't have to pay a tie.
In case one of the Kardashians come out.
Right. You either,
Thank you, Weather Girl.
5 or 6 is really the bet.
Weather Girl on Periscope said it was a few years ago that Beyonce was on. So
All right.
Thank you for that.
The odds that somebody catches fire during the halftime show.
Fire?
150 to 1.
That'd be awesome.
Damn.
The old Michael Jackson Pepsi commercial, remember?
Did you just say that would be awesome?
It would be, wouldn't it? You put your money on
Dude's
that.
on fire.
The guy catches on fire like payday.
What's the guy's name from Coldplay that was is
Chris
married to
Martin.
Gwyneth? Is he still married to Gwyneth Paltrow?
They are consciously uncoupled.
Consciously uncoupled, excuse me, yeah. So maybe he'll catch
Whatever
fire.
the hell that means.
Odds that Coldplay gets booed during the halftime show. 6 to 1. Now, let me ask a question. What's to stop 50 people from going out there and booing them now?
Boo him.
Right.
I don't know.
Bruno Mars was on, I think, 2 years ago. Somebody wanted to
They
know what
really
he was on.
haven't impressed with the halftime show since the Rolling Stones, I think.
I thought Bruno Mars was very
I
good.
love Bruno
Yeah.
Mars, but
Yeah.
I don't think it was that dynamic for Super Bowl. I
Right.
mean, I like to see the big show, you know?
Well, he did that. He did.
No, I think he did a great job. It's
There's
just-
a rumor that he's going to be there this year, isn't there?
I can't
I think
find
there's
anything.
a rumor that says he's going to be there this year. He might be one of the guest performers. Odds that somebody falls off the stage during the halftime show. You can actually bet on this. 14 to 1.
Oh.
Odds on which brand will win best commercial is decided by USA Today's ad meter. Budweiser, Bud Light is 5 to 2. Shock Top Beer 4 to 1. Doritos, which are
Doritos are going to get
God,
it.
you guys are going to love these Doritos commercials this year. 5 to 1 odds that they'll be named the best.
Have you seen any of the commercials yet?
Yes, 3 of them.
I haven't seen any.
Oh, you can go to the Doritos site right now. You vote on
Yeah.
them.
I
You're
think
voting.
I saw one. Isn't it weird that I tune into the Super Bowl? I watch the whole thing, but I do it for the entertainment and the commercials.
Well, you're not the only one. A
Yeah.
lot of people do that. All right, we got a caller here. Hold on.
How much was the average ticket price? Does anybody know?
Well, what they're reselling for, or what they sold for originally?
Originally.
Yeah, I think it's a couple hundred, several $100s, but I think they
'Cause
resell for.
I saw 3,000 on here.
Yeah, that's the thousands
Yeah.
of dollars that they sell for and resell. Hello out there.
Hello there, Johnny and Blondie and the whole gang.
Hey, Unc, how you doing?
It's good. It's Uncle Max hanging like a cheap suit. I just was listening to you this morning. I wanted to call and say you're doing a good job, Bobby. I'm very proud of you.
Oh, thank you, Uncle.
You know, we live for this a daily, daily. I guess we'd call it recommendation.
I'm not gonna lie. I used to dread going to work because the minute you and I were off the air, all the crap would hit us.
Right.
And I hated it. I got to the point where I'm like, I really hate this job. Now I'm like, I'm up. Let's go. Let's do this.
Now we get the crap during the show.
Yeah.
You guys are clearly happy, and it
Oh,
shows.
yeah.
And if you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. Hey. So anyway, you're getting down, you're getting back up again. Shalom and Blucher. Keep it going. Knock it out of the park, you two.
Thank you, Uncle Max.
I see you. Look at your phone. Hello.
Yes, we made a big old pitcher of lemonade.
We did. Out of
And
the
I'm not
lemon.
even kidding about that. I get up in the morning, I'm like, yeah, we can go in there and us three friends can just be ourselves and not have that, that big weight on our shoulders anymore.
Yeah. Carry that weight. Hell with them.
Josh, can you lift mine?
I'll lift it for you.
Okay.
All righty. Some more bets.
All right.
Oh, wait a minute. We have to check we did the weather already. I'm sorry. Odds that Peyton Manning is fined or suspended by the NFL for HGH use. Remember this stupid rumor came out that he was on human growth hormone during his recovery for neck surgery? Well, if he gets suspended or fined before the Super Bowl and you want to bet on it, you'll win 50-1 on that bet.
I don't think that's going to happen, but
Or at any point in time, 5-1. But before the Super Bowl, 50-1.
how would he be fined for something that the doctor gave him to take?
It wouldn't have been that way. For one, you can't.
I thought you said it was after a surgery or something.
Right, but you can't have. There are certain things that are banned, and the doctor knows he can't give to you. Supposedly, the rumor is that his wife went and got these things for him. Okay, now he has said you've proved that because that's bull. That's just not true. Period.
Yeah.
And nobody has risen to the level of proof that they're looking for here, so I don't think it's true anyway. Odds the HGH allegations somehow keep him out of the Super Bowl. They're actually offering this in Vegas right now, 15-1. Odds the HGH allegations force Manning to retire, 9-1. That seems crazy.
We're only like 6 days away from this, 7 days
I know,
away.
they're
This
already
isn't going
there,
to happen
yeah.
now.
He's going to be turning 40 in a couple of weeks. He may retire anyway. How are you going to prove that it was because of HGH allegations? That would be a stupid one. Odds on what color Gatorade will be poured on the winning coach. We talked about at the outset of this. Yellow, 7-3. Orange, 3-1. Clear or water, 4-1. Red, 17-3. And blue, 12-1.
Oh,
yes.
Nailed it.
Yes.
So if you want to get on the blue, we'll get a hold of some friends of ours. We'll place a bet on that blue Gatorade for you. You want to do that? We'll do that before the Super Bowl.
$5.
All right. Everybody throw
you
$5.
have $5.
$15. What did I tell you? It was 12-1. If we three of us put $5 in, that's $15 times 12.
Who do we know in Vegas that can do that for us?
It's $180.
You must have friends.
You must have people in Vegas.
Oh, sure. We got some friends in Vegas. We can call them and get them place a bet for us. It's illegal. We didn't say that.
It's illegal to say Super Bowl, but we've been saying it all
Super
week.
Bowl, Super Bowl, Super Bowl.
All right. Coming up in a few minutes here, we're gonna. I believe Art Neal is calling in, and when he does, we will be getting his thoughts on Super Bowl and tell you what's going on there.
He's just sitting at home right now. He's got a lot of time. He's got to wait till he's doing something then to call.
Well,
He's chomping at the bit.
When I first heard this story, I thought maybe it was Art. There's a homeless guy in Detroit taking credit cards now.
What?
I kid you not. This is a hilarious story.
He's smart.
Panhandling, moving into the technology age. Abe Hagenston. Sounds a little bit like one of Uncle Max's friends. Abe Hagenston apparently says he's been homeless for 7 years, got tired of people saying they didn't have any spare change. Because the guys, can you spare? Nah, sorry, I don't got any spare change. Oh, nothing in my pocket. Sorry.
So the beggars are getting. Okay, whatever.
So Abe got himself an app and a card reader for his cell phone.
Because he's got a smartphone, of course.
That allows him to take credit and debit cards now in his panhandling efforts.
First of all, when they pull out that iPhone and they say, well, I accept credit cards, I'm leaving. I'm not helping you.
Yeah.
No kidding.
Well, then you've got a homeless guy collecting your credit card number.
Right.
You know, what could possibly go wrong there?
Right.
It doesn't work. Let me just take a picture of it and I'll scan it later.
American Express is going to have to change their slogan. Can't leave home without it. I can't wait for him to get a $1,000 donation from somebody using a stolen credit card. That's going to be fun for the cops. Somebody uses a stolen credit card, gives the homeless guy a $1,000 donation. Let's see
Some of these guys are really clever. I've seen a couple of places here in Bay City that there's panhandlers on the corners. Do you ever give?
I don't.
No, because I just don't know. Here's the thing.
Once in a while I do. I did one. One man was standing outside of Walmart, and I gave him $5, and he ran right over to
booze?
No. The fast food place on the corner there.
All right.
No.
hot now or whatever it was and got food. I watched him do it. So
well, that's good.
I mean, I feel for these people, but if I'm getting duped, then I'm getting duped. I'm gonna let God sort them out.
Well, that's always the way we've run our charity. Yeah. The thing is,
I mean, I would like somebody to help me if I was down and out.
I got $5.
We know though.
I don't need your stinking money.
And I don't know which ones, but I've heard already about some of these. And again, I'm not picking on any one in particular because I can't tell you which one it was. But I've heard stories from reliable sources that they've seen these people get into their Cadillacs and drive away.
Oh yeah.
So I prefer to give to an organization that I know is vetting the money they're handing out, or vetting the people they're handing out money to, I should say. Yeah. I prefer that. That said, I'll buy somebody a meal.
I don't have a problem.
I got in trouble with a guy one day for doing that. Remember, we were doing a Tim Hortons thing, and there was that guy that we see all the time.
Oh, yeah.
And he got mad at me for buying him a meal. I don't know what else to do. You know,
first of all, if you wake up this morning, you say the only way that I can make things happen in my life is to go stand on the corner and panhandle. I mean, you're standing on the corner for like 8 hours, right? You can do something better. I have leads
go in and fill out
rate.
some applications. That's right.
Well, I have a feeling.
And I can't stand the ones that go, out of work vet. Stop bringing your vets into this.
Yeah. And if they really are.
If they really are, that's right.
Stolen valor is a big problem right now.
That makes my blood boil.
I went by a girl a couple weeks ago, and she was crying at like 9 in the morning. She's standing on the corner, like mother of three, homeless mother of three, and she's crying, right?
Yeah.
And I thought, I might actually give you some money because I feel bad for you.
Right.
I went
She's
by
a damn
at
good
1
actress.
o'clock, and she was still crying like, bull. You're not crying 4 hours.
Part of the act.
I saw one not long ago who actually had their child out there with them.
Oh,
that
come on.
bothered me.
That would bother me too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's.
Speaking of children, where's your little man?
I don't know. My phone
Getting
is
a
up
suit
there.
and tie on?
Probably.
Do you know this about Josh's little boy? He doesn't wear little boy clothes. He doesn't like sweatsuits or any of that stuff. He likes to wear a suit and tie.
He wore yesterday. We went to the hockey game that you didn't get invited to, apparently.
Right.
And he wore a Red Wings shirt. And then he had hockey underwear on too.
That's funny.
Yeah. So
your son is gay, or what are we talking about?
I don't really
here?
know.
Yeah.
But whatever. It's fine.
Well, he had it. You FaceTimed him when we were in Frankenmuth, and
yeah, he didn't want to meet.
He didn't want to
meet
me because he just had a shirt on.
You know, I don't know if you saw that dress that my granddaughter wore yesterday. Is it inappropriate? And I don't think it is. I'll be upfront about this. But she was wearing what would be.
She's 3.
A generally considered, and it's not a sexy. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
It's not because that I would draw the line obviously right away. But
right.
It was what would be considered an adult dress in a lot of ways. It was a sweater dress with a nice cowl collar.
Yeah.
Something that you would wear.
Yeah.
But in a tiny fashion. Is that all of a sudden she's wearing all these older fashions but made for little kids? Is that okay?
Yeah, it's okay. Yeah. I mean, does she have tights and stuff on too, or?
Yeah. But I'm just saying the actual outfit itself it will remind you of any
like the stuff that I wear.
What you would wear.
Yeah.
It would be something that you would wear.
No.
But it's on a little baby girl.
Yeah.
You know, but not. I'm not saying it's inappropriate in that regard. I'm just saying.
I mean, if she looked that way, you would definitely put a stop to it.
Yeah.
I'm so thankful that I have a boy.
Yeah.
You know, because I've seen, like, I just judged that karaoke contest at Zender Snowfest.
Oh, yeah.
And this girl come on stage. I'm like, oh, my goodness, she's really pretty. And then she's 13. I'm like, oh, my God.
Don't ever
that is
do
so
that.
scary.
That you thought that.
Letting
yeah.
your 13-year-old kid dress like she's 20.
Well, there are a lot of them to do, and that's why I don't even look. I have blinders on anymore.
Go to jail.
I've caught myself, and it's terrible. First of all, it's a bad
These young
habit.
girls have just grown up really fast, and it's frightening. I like to put a brick on Ava's head. I'm like, no.
Yeah. It's a bad habit, too. I mean, it's a habit that we develop when we're teenagers. We're starting to look at every girl going by. Then we forget we're married. And we're still looking at every girl going by. And then,
or they're jailbait.
You know, and then all of a sudden, and you're like, no, don't even.
Nope.
It's a bad habit. Got to break yourself.
Then you got to worry about teachers, too. That whole thing is still going on with the teachers sleeping with the kids. That didn't happen when I was in school.
No,
I'm going to tell you right now.
I could think of one incident when I was even a kid.
Really?
In school. Mm-hmm.
Was it a guy teacher?
It was a guy teacher. She ended up marrying him.
The girl did?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I actually know in my school.
So it probably did happen. We just didn't know about it.
That happened in Frankenmuth.
When you went to school?
No, I didn't go to school in Frankenmuth, but my kids did. And one of their teachers married one of their classmates.
I just find it so inappropriate. What goes through a teacher's head to go, yeah, I'm going to sleep with somebody?
In this case, it worked out just fine. They're very
and you're
happily
going to
married.
get caught, you idiots.
Hi there. It's Johnny and Blondie. Who's this?
Hey, Johnny, it's Kim down in Creek.
Hey, Kim down in the creek.
Kim in the creek.
How are you?
Good.
What's up?
I wanted to tell you that I agree with you on the clothing on little babies or little kids.
Mm-hmm.
I want to see them in little kid clothing, especially babies. I know it's really cute and fun, but I don't know. They don't ever
grow
look
up too
comfortable
fast.
Yeah.
in what I would call grown-up clothing, you know?
Yeah, I don't disagree with you.
At
Kim.
all.
It's
They don't look
inappropriate.
comfortable at all. They're little babies. They need little soft, sweet little things that
Minnie Mouse
they're
shirts on.
cozy in.
Yeah, I tried to keep when my daughter was like 17, I tried to dress her in baby clothes, and she
Didn't
wouldn't.
work.
Yeah,
She didn't want to
She
wear
argued
Mickey
with
Mouse
me
shirt.
all.
Cross the line.
I wanted her to wear a onesie to school, but no. All right, thanks for calling, Kim.
Bye.
All right, bye-bye.
Is Elena like Ava? She loves to dress up. Ava
Yep.
loves clothes.
Yeah.
She picks out her own every day, and
Yeah, kids. I find that boys go through that phase too as they're growing
do
up.
they?
Yeah. Coming up in a few minutes here, hopefully we're going to be hearing from Art Neal. You never know; we may or may not. With Art, you just don't know.
Nope.
So here, in lieu of that, and while we wait for his call, let's first check the weather at 8:35. We're a little late here, but checking the weather forecast now. Here's Josh Sherrill.
Sunshine and cloud mixture for today. High of 40, mainly cloudy with light winds tonight, low 29. Cloudy early on Tuesday, becoming windy with rain developing later in the day. Sleet possible as well, high in the upper 30s. And Wednesday, mix of sun and clouds and mainly cloudy in the afternoon. A few flurries or snow showers are possible, high near 40. I just checked the weather before my iPad died. It's still hanging around 32.
32. That's the problem. Some roads are slick, especially back roads that are less traveled. Also got an email from somebody. My son turned 16 this past Saturday. Could you wish him a belated happy birthday? We listen every morning while getting ready for school. His name is Peyton Tipton. Peyton Tipton, I hope this is not too late. It probably is, Dad.
oh,
P.S.
happy
Well,
birthday.
you know what? You can listen to the replay
Yep.
all day long on JohnnyAndBlondie.com. P.S. I posted a picture of him and Johnny on Facebook, signed Annette. And I'll go back and look at that later, Annette. But thank you very much for doing that. Happy birthday this morning to, once again, Peyton Tipton, who turned 16 over the weekend. And Marianne Rossman has written us a note. She says, mornings are back to normal listening to you. You're doing great. Thank you, Marianne. And, of course, we repeat, this is only going to we're going to give this a period of time to try and make this thing happen.
Yep.
This is a fledgling enterprise on our part. All things cannot exist forever, though, without money. So we need your help in two ways. You got to spread the word for more listeners, and you've got to make sure you support our supporters. As we've told you about WDTactical.com and TCTmusic.com, there are going to be a number of others. Blue Thumb Digital here locally, a great social media and website company. Blue
They're
Thumb
coming
Digital.
in, yep.
Big part of our broadcasts, and we want to thank them as well. So support them, and we've got a big event coming up that we need you to support too this Thursday night. A Johnny and Blondie. I don't know. We kind of wanted to call this. This was like our aloha party from the former radio station, but now that we're full bore into this, it's kind of a welcome party too. So we're going to say goodbye and hello to Johnny and Blondie at Vino Wine Warehouse this Thursday night. That's on Midland Street in Bay City, Michigan, from 5 till 7. We'll be there. $1 tapas. Those are the great appetizers they make there. We'll have wine samples and a whole lot more. And I think there's music. Are you going to be playing?
It's either going to be me or Greg's still looking for an acoustic act.
All right, we're still giving some acoustic homegrown music to play out there, too, for you guys, because that's what our specialty is here now. So we'll see you Thursday night, 5 to 7. You support that. You guys start supporting these things and tell 5 people about our show every day and how they can listen to us. This thing will happen.
Sure.
It will continue the way we want it to continue, and we need your help to do that, so
We're having
please.
fun, but you need to support our supporters.
The Carolina Panthers made the trip to California for the Super Bowl in style, or at least Cam Newton did. He wore a pair of ridiculous Versace yellow Baracco zebra print pants on the plane.
Who was this?
Cam Newton. This sounds like something I'd wear, though.
I was going to say,
You better
yeah.
check this out, because I like wild stuff.
He's probably got shirts like that in his closet.
He probably
too.
does. But apparently on his trip to California, he wore these Versace yellow Barocco zebra print pants on the plane. Try saying that one 3 times fast. And they're tight, as in not baggy. So Blondie will be looking at them real close. USA Today, while Blondie looks that up, has a list of 10 surprising facts about Panthers and Broncos before Super Bowl 50.
All right.
It includes this fact. The only time Cam Newton has played the Broncos with Peyton Manning, Denver won. 36-14. Well, that's interesting.
That's a fun little fact.
We were talking about earlier about whether or not Peyton Manning can win this game. I think it's possible. That game was in 2012, though. It was 4 years ago. So the Broncos sacked Cam 7 times. And the Broncos are known for their defense still today, so that could be a problem. Once they sacked him for a safety in that game, Manning completed 71.1% of his passes for 301 yards and 1 touchdown on that day. And Newton threw for 241 yards. And 2 scores, but was picked off twice. Super Bowl 50, of course, hasn't even happened. Las Vegas already naming the odds-on favorite to win next year. They're already doing
Jumping
this.
The gun.
Oh, come on.
3 teams tied for the top. It will be no surprise to anybody the Lions aren't in it.
No.
The Seattle Seahawks, the New England Patriots, and the Pittsburgh Steelers all have 8-1 odds to win Super Bowl 51 next year. Some more Super Bowl minutia. The 1966 Pro Bowl halftime show was pretty shocking. It was called "Cost of Freedom." It featured a goose-stepping Nazi swastika basically being swallowed by a church. I guess there's a video of this on the internet. The 1966 Pro Bowl halftime show, "Cost of Freedom," if you want to Google it. There's also a teaser online for Kia's Super Bowl commercial featuring Christopher Walken. You know what?
Freaks me out.
Somebody ought to take Christopher Walken, Robert Wagner, and a Natalie Wood lookalike and make a Super Bowl commercial. That would be my suggestion. You know, Christopher Walken was on that boat with Robert Wagner when Natalie Wood drowned.
Yes.
Really?
Yes. The two of them know what happened that night. And there was don't we remember, Blondie, didn't we have a story about the captain of that boat who's now, is he died or he's talking or something, and he's saying more about it? One or the other.
Yeah, I don't remember all the details on that one.
Anyway, Kia Super Bowl ad apparently features Christopher Walken. You can look it up on the internet. There's a teaser online for that. San Diego Chargers have agreed to share L.A. with the former St. Louis Rams, and that includes the new stadium that's being built there. But unlike the Rams, the Chargers are going to remain in San Diego for the 2016 season. Technically, they've not committed to relocating to L.A., it was just an agreement on the framework of the deal. The Chargers have until next January to make their final decision. In the meantime, the Rams get a jump on attracting new L.A. fans. And by the way, this leaves the Oakland Raiders out in the cold. So according to reports, they're now threatening Oakland with another relocation, this time to Las Vegas. Could you see the Las Vegas Raiders as an NFL team? And by the way, Levi's Stadium, where they're having the Super Bowl, does say they can handle both the 49ers and the Raiders should the Raiders decide to stay. And finally, if you care about the Pro Bowl, here's a rundown of what happened. I don't know.
Because who cares?
Because I didn't care, and I didn't watch it. But you can find it on the internet if you care. I don't even know who won that game. It was yesterday, right? Yeah.
Doesn't matter. That's what everybody says.
Here are his pants.
Look at those pants. How cool are those? Those look like El Chapo pants.
Those are fancy.
Those are fancy, man. Look, Blondie's going to hold them up to the Periscope and Facebook feed so you guys can see it. And YouTube over here, too, Blondie. Those are wild, man. Yeah, right there. That camera right up there has YouTube on it.
I think so.
We're assuming it is. Cops.
Versace, I'll bet you
yeah. You know how much those? They're kind of weird looking pants, but yeah, because they're Versace, you know they're going for a pretty penny.
Do you have fancy pants yourself?
Not really.
He has a fancy
I
pants.
have fancy pants. Not to mention, no, I only wear 2 kinds. I wear black jeans and blue jeans. Almost 99% of the time, that's all I wear.
Oh,
so
keeping the white jeans down, I see.
Yeah, I do once in a while wear white jeans, but it's usually on vacation where nobody will see me and call me a tool. Cops managed.
Just real quickly, somebody on Periscope wanted to know if we're ever going to do evening broadcasts. Well, actually, tonight we're going to be doing one from Zenders.
Are we going to do one there?
Yeah.
Okay, when we go to Zenders tonight, we're going to be there for Mardi Gras. It's what it is, for those of you who are not familiar with this, on the Monday following Snowfest, which, by the way, was hugely successful this weekend. God, it couldn't even get around town. It was nuts. But on Monday following that, they always have the the professional chefs hot food competition at Zenders, the American Culinary Federation. I think this is the Saginaw Valley chapter or Tri-City chapter, whatever they call it, holds this. And it's a benefit. They give out money raised at this event to various charities. And tonight, as I usually do, I'll be there to judge this event. And then at 6 o'clock, it opens to the public. Blondie's going to be joining me at 6 o'clock there tonight. For the public part of this event. And we'll start off at the very beginning of it with a little Periscope. So if you're on Periscope with us, Starting around 6 o'clock, we'll have about 15 minutes or so of Periscope for you tonight, showing you what's going on there. Otherwise, you guys come on out there. You can buy tickets at the door. Be honest with you, I don't know how much they are, but you can call Zenders and find out. Mm-hmm. And the theme is Mardi Gras, so they're going to have music, decorations, and all of the food that's being made for the competition, and these chefs competing against each other, they pull out all the stops, is all going to have New Orleans style all over it. All
some
Mardi
jambalaya.
Gras. Yeah, there's going to be some good food there tonight, baby. I cannot wait. All right, out of Detroit, this story this morning, cops managed to capture one of their most wanted criminals.
All right, who's that?
This week, it was a big-time SWAT team raid on a hideout. No, I'm kidding. I made that up. Careful, precise detective work zeroing in on the guy's location. Now, that didn't have anything to do with it either. Was it just blind luck? You might be asking at this point. Well, sort of. Police lit up the guy simply because the car he was driving had a broken taillight, which led to a high-speed chase, which eventually led to the arrest of one Dwayne Richards. And he's currently waiting to be turned over to the U.S. Marshals Service.
Oh, boy.
Broken taillight. And now he's going to be deported.
Oh, boy.
He's one of the most wanted criminals out there right now, and he's going to jail forever just because he had a broken taillight.
No, that's not why he's going to jail. He's
going
to jail because he's a bad dude.
But that's why he got pulled over. So they wouldn't have found him.
I have somebody in my life that happened to a couple weeks ago, and they went to jail, and they were mad about it because their taillight was out. I'm like, you're an idiot. You didn't go to jail because you had a taillight out. You went to jail because you were drinking and driving, okay?
Yeah.
So stop being an idiot.
Highlights, let's see, what do we got here? This is how not to get a gig.
All right.
Personnel directors, for those of you looking for jobs like Blondie and I.
Yeah.
Personnel directors of 100 large corporations have listed the most unusual questions they've ever been asked by job candidates.
Okay.
Because, they tell you when you go in for an interview, it's really you interviewing them.
Yeah.
And they're interviewing you, but you should be interviewing them too. So these are what candidates asked the personnel directors. Like, what is it that you people do at this company anyway? I'm pretty sure that's not a good way to start your interview. What are the zodiac signs of all the board members before I decide if I want to come to work here?
Oh, come on.
Why do you want references?
I'm not giving you my numbers.
I'm not giving you any. Why do you want references?
Good luck getting that job.
I did good.
Do I have to dress for the next interview? No, it's going to be held on the nude beach.
No, you don't have to wear pants, but you must have shoes and a shirt on.
I'm curious, if I come to work for you, will the company pay to relocate my horse?
What the what?
Does your health insurance cover pets by any chance?
Brother.
Would it be a problem if I'm angry most of the time?
That's a good question, though, honestly.
Does your company have a policy regarding concealed weapons?
I don't really understand the problem with that, though.
I wouldn't ask the question, though.
Not in the interview, maybe.
No.
Let's see. Anyway, that's just a few of those. Best of the BS. That's something we got on one of our services this morning. These are personnel directors of the 100 largest corporations with the most unusual questions they've ever been asked. Tomorrow morning, we have a special guest. I mentioned him earlier today. We're going to be talking to Dr. Sock. Originally from Connecticut, he joined Island 92 down in St. Martin's way back in December of 2007. And he is a guy I met when I was down there in St. Martin and has been trying to entice me to come to work down there ever since for they don't pay anything. It's like, you're going to go to work there for about $1.50 an hour or something. It's ridiculous.
So it's like working here.
Yeah.
Well, we're not getting paid anything, so it's more than he's making more money than we are right now. Let's put it that way. But we're going to have him on the show tomorrow morning. Just talk to him about St. Martin, about what the difference is doing radio in a Caribbean paradise like that versus doing radio in Bay City, Michigan. What's the differences? What are the main differences?
Right.
And just have some fun with a guy who wants us to bring this show down there for a while. We might do that. We might take this show on the road if we ever get enough support. What was that, Blondie?
Let's take a vacation. Go down there.
We could do that. Would we have to bring our families?
No, I don't think so. No.
I think we only have 3 tickets.
You should note that Josh pointed that out first before anybody else.
No.
Josh opted not to first. He was, look at
They're gonna be right
in
behind
walks his son in the suit.
Look at him in a suit and tie.
Good-looking boy. All right. So anyway, we're getting ready to wrap up the show here in just a minute, folks. So if you're getting tired of watching this, don't worry, it's coming to an end. Finally, we leave you this story. On Saturday afternoon, a 20-year-old man headed into a vape shop to get new parts for his e-cigarette machine.
All right.
He put a new battery and evaporator into the device and then tested it out, and the whole thing exploded in his mouth and knocked out several of his teeth.
Oh, my gosh.
In the process. Told you those things could be bad for you. I have no idea what the guy's name is, but I bet no nearby universities are missing any graduate students today. I'm just
wonder what happened there.
Well, they've been having problems with this. Our friends here, and we need to get these guys on as sponsors, but the clean cigarette folks say that there's there are two different kinds that you can get. The kind that they make apparently cannot blow up. I don't know. I don't know if that's true or not. That's what they're saying. We'll have to have them on the show to talk about this one of these days.
People really get into it, though. The vaping thing and how big they are and how long and different colors and lighting up. And
you know, our Skippy, our intern, is a vapor.
He's a vapor?
Yeah, we call him Darth Vapor.
Mm-hmm. You can tell.
He's, I think, you know, the ones that look like cigarettes make you look cool, but all the rest make you look like a tool.
That's funny.
Because everybody knows smokers are the coolest looking people in the world. They are, you know.
Yeah, not so much.
All righty. I think we could pretty much get close to wrapping it up here. Let's check the weather forecast another time here. It's 8:50 on the morning thing. What's going on with the weather?
Sunshine and cloudy today, if that makes any sense. High of 40. Mainly cloudy with light winds tonight, low 29. Tuesday, cloudy early, becoming windy with rain developing later in the day. Sleet even possible for Tuesday. Yeah. High in the upper 30s. And Wednesday, mix of sun and clouds. Mainly cloudy in the afternoon. Few flurries or snow showers are possible. High near 40 and still hanging out right around 32, 33 in the Great Lakes Bay region.
A salute to our supporter this half hour, Watchdog Tactical, a disabled veteran-owned business. The founder, combat wounded in Iraq, started his business 2 years ago in Charlotte, North Carolina. He has ties to Michigan, though. And we would like you to head over to WDTactical.com for all of your handgun accessories. They offer free shipping. And by the way, he has a big base of customers there. They sell Kydex holsters for pistols and ammo magazines, but they're not only veteran owned. All disabled vets manufacture their products. Quality and dependability you can trust. Watchdog has recently teamed up with a local veteran to expand their presence in Michigan as well. Go to WDTactical.com, check out what they have to offer, and tell them you heard it on JohnnyAndBlondie.com. They even have some great-looking hoodies there that they'll sell online, as well as those holster and mag holders that they have, accessories for your guns. And a lot of people have guns now. They've got them in the last 6 months. People have been buying guns like crazy.
My daughter posted on Facebook yesterday of her shooting. She's damn good.
Is she good?
So I said,
which one? So I know which one to stay away from.
Sarah.
Okay, I'm going to watch what I say to Sarah.
So she's going to teach me. So.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Yeah, see if you don't invite her to the Spirit game again. She's got a gun now.
Yeah. Now I'm loaded. Yeah.
Let's see here. What else have we got going here? I guess it's just about time for the office joke of the day.
What? I like it.
You do?
I'm into it. Yeah, I'm waiting for the funny one, but I'm ready for it.
So have I been for 15
So these three guys are at an open casket funeral. A friend of theirs died. And the first guy says, there's a legend in my family that if you bury a man with a little bit of money, it'll help him in the afterlife. So he throws $10 in the casket.
Okay. Wow, $10 more.
That ain't going to do much.
Yeah.
Well, a little bit of money is a little bit of money.
Gallon of milk in the afterlife.
Second guy's not planning on doing it, but he, after seeing the first guy, digs into his wallet. He finds another $10 bill. He lays it on top of the first one, so there's $20 laying there on top of the dead guy.
Uh-huh.
And their third buddy, who's kind of a cheapskate and has a reputation for being that, the other is standing there just with his hands in his pockets, and his two buddies are now glaring at him. What are you going to do, right?
Mm-hmm.
So finally, he says, you think I'm not going to put in two? And he says, I'm going to put in 20. So he writes a check for $40, drops it in the casket, takes the two $10 bills as change, and walks away.
Nice.
That was
clever.
All righty then. Nope. How do you shut these things off here?
You just got to hit stop up there.
Hit stop up there.
Yeah.
That'll do it. All right.
We're doing another one?
No.
Oh.
Stop didn't work.
Pause it.
Stop. Dude, you're going to have to come over.
I'll come over. Hang on a second.
It's because he's old.
No, it won't pause. There's nothing working.
Well, it's working.
No. All right. I pressed this. I pressed this. I pressed all those buttons that you got up there. Well, now it's off. Now you started it again.
There you go.
All right. Anyway, it's 8:53 on the morning show right now, 7 minutes in front of 9 o'clock with Johnny and Blondie. Tomorrow morning, as we mentioned, Dr. Sock is going to be part here.
Dr. Sock, and who was his sidekick? Anka.
Anki is a lady that I met there. That's how I met Dr. Sock. This is in the Caribbean in St. Martin, who is a tour guide. Who, she meets the tour bus. So there's a job. Now, talk about a great job. Her job is to live on a Caribbean island with her developer boyfriend in a beautiful condo overlooking the ocean, and then she meets the cruise ships down at the docks, and she has a contract with all the cruise companies to take their people on tours of St. Martin when they disembark from their, they come in to port for the day, whatever. Wow. And that's her whole job. Could you do a job like that?
Oh my God, I don't know if I
in
could
the
do
Caribbean.
Sounds like a lot of work.
She really needs to join that morning show, Dr. Sock and Anki in the morning. That's
I love
great
that.
She's not on in the morning.
She should be.
She should be.
With a name like Anki.
Well, Anki was an Olympic swimmer at one time. She's a big East German style woman. She's
stocky,
muscular, and extremely
big
athletic.
boned.
Very athletic woman.
With a name like Anki.
She swims like 10 miles a day or some ridiculous amount. She's a crazy woman. Really nice person though. Anyway,
got great personality.
But man, is she crazy?
No, we had a wonderful time. We made great friends with her down there. I love the Caribbean. You'll hear me talk about it all the time.
You can make friends with anybody in the Caribbean.
We gotta take the show on the road sometime.
Well, let's do it.
Once we get enough of a listener base here and we take care of all of our people here and we've got all our ducks in a row, I think we start taking this thing on the road.
Yeah.
Could you imagine us periscoping after we've had a couple of drinks on the beach?
Well,
that was disastrous for us on the Shake Hands tour.
Which you can see now every once in a while.
Don't send people to that.
Michigan Public Television.
Oh.
What is the name of that show? I forgot what it is. It's this public television
Michigan
show.
Magazine, wasn't it?
Something. It's not Michigan
It's not
Magazine.
Under the Radar, right?
No. It's a travel show that they do that you see every once in a while. And I forgot the gentleman's name that produces this show. I just met with him about 2 months ago about doing some promotional videos for us, which we no longer have to do now. But anyway, they did a show where they travel around the state, and they still show these on television all the time. I think they're still producing new ones.
I cringe every time I see it.
Every once in a while, I'll turn on the show on TV on Sunday morning, and there will be the one where Blondie and I were on our Shake Hands with Michigan
and
tour.
Carl, yeah.
They were supposed to meet us early in the day, but waited till late in the day. We didn't think they were coming at that point, had several beers and
we were 3 sheets to the wind.
and they came out and did the show with us.
OMG.
You won't be able to tell immediately, but if you watch it long enough, you can tell there's something odd with the two.
What's wrong with those?
What's wrong with those two? Why are they acting that way?
Oh, Lord,
That's what I look forward to the most is hopefully doing the Shake Hands with Michigan tour and going camping.
We have a lot of fun doing that. And not just the camping. The camping part of it's the fun part because you and I like to camp.
Yeah.
But when we get treated in all of these markets that we go to so well, and they take us around and show us things we never knew about Michigan.
It.
Yeah, I mean, we've learned so much in this state. Blondie and I, just from traveling through here I think we did it over 5 years' time. And we've learned so many things about the state of Michigan. It gets you to the point where why would you travel? Because there's so many cool things here.
Great getaways.
Oh, there they are. Yeah. You do look a little drunk. Blondie still got her drink in her hand. She's like,
Let me see,
I don't care. Television's here. I'm going to put my drink down.
Our eyes are all squinty.
Is that from that? Oh, that is the.
Yeah.
That's the actual
video.
Oh, how did you find that?
I'm good.
She typed in drunk Johnny and Blondie into YouTube and it popped right
Carl,
up.
yeah.
It's not.
Oh my God! This is so
it's not terrible. The only reason it's bad, most people watching that would not know.
Is that your motorhome or is that something you got provided?
Which motorhome are we in front of there? That was one that was provided to us for that trip. Yeah, that was one that we got from one of our dealers. Anyway, we're out the door.
My eyes are all puffy and squinty. And
you did though. You had the drink right in your hand. Like I ain't putting it down. I don't care if we're on TV.
Well, I think that was the night that Carl went to sleep on somebody's carpet in front of their motorhome that we had met earlier in the evening, but we didn't know very well.
He woke up, snuggled up with a dog.
He was spooning with a dog, and we found him the next morning.
The night started out with
asleep on the ground.
Him jumping on the stage, playing the cowbells. Bang, bang, bang. Oh, man, I don't remember much more than that.
I have pictures of you that night on the back of a motorcycle with a 12-point buck.
Oh, yes, that's right.
A 12-point buck mounted on the back of a big Harley Hog motorcycle. I mean, it's the real thing, taxidermied, sitting right there on its haunches.
We're going to have fun, Josh.
And Blondie sitting in front of it.
I do remember. You got a picture of that?
I have a picture of that,
see that again.
Profile picture if I've ever heard of one.
Woo!
And when people say nice rack, we're not sure what they're talking about.
The deer?
The deer.
All right, we're done. We actually have overstayed our welcome by quite a bit here. We started about 15 minutes ago saying goodbye. Let's get the hell out of here, okay?
All right, bye.
We're going to turn things back over. We'll be back on Periscope tomorrow morning. Remember, there are a lot of
Tonight.
ways you can watch this. JohnnyAndBlondie.com is the easiest way to hear streaming audio, but you can also download the TuneIn app for streaming audio on your smartphone. For video, you can download the Periscope app to your smartphone or go to YouTube or Johnny and Blondie Live on Facebook and see live streaming video there. We'll be back tomorrow morning at 6:30 once again. Until then, remember, pray.
Wait, tell them we're going to be out tonight.
Oh, tonight, real quick. Again, we'll be at Zender's tonight, starting at 6 o'clock.
And we'll Periscope.
And we'll Periscope for about 10, 15 minutes at the start of that tonight, however long we decide to go with it. And then we'll see you back here tomorrow morning. Until then, remember, pray,
work,
spend,
love,
and support our troops.
Bye.
We're going to take a break and hear from our sponsors. Don't forget to ask for your Diva deal. They want to know. Thanks for listening to W4Divas.com.
Show